everybody, and welcome to the fourth episode of Dysfunctional Talks. I'm back in as your host, Tristan. I'm joined alongside Connell
Hello, everyone.
and also by John,
Hello.
and once again, William.
Why am I still here?
Because you don't get paid and you're staying here.
Yeah.
It's honestly, you don't really have a choice. We need to.
Yeah,
like-
I don't.
You're an essential
lack
part
of
of this because you
freedom.
don't. There you go.
Yes.
We're an
sir.
essential part, William, just basically because you just say yes, sir, and don't question it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like always, trying to start. Everybody's been good for the audience more than for us, since, like I always say, we talk to each other a lot.
It doesn't end.
Bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
All right, well, see the fucking energy's high on this episode. The fucking it's like just like in between episodes, I've just beat you down more, you guys. I'm like, work harder, boys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Some good news in between the well, yes, true. Some good news for all of us in between the last episode. We had an assignment. We all passed. Pretty great.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
And good for us, I suppose. Yeah, that is. There's been a lot of positive feedback from the last episode, and I just think it's only because we all attacked each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
People
100%.
said it was funniest episode yet, best episode we've done yet. But then I look back at the episode and I feel like just because we were very awful to each other.
Yeah.
So
Beating a dead horse tends to get views.
Comedy is tragedy over time, so I mean, we're getting close. We're getting close.
Yeah.
I didn't really do anything much last episode. Kinda
Oh,
felt
shut
like I
your
was being-
mouth.
That's what made it
Shut
so
your mouth.
great. That's
Shut
what
your
made it so
mouth.
great, man.
Yeah, like it just seems a bit. You just got angry at me for no reason, to be honest.
Yeah, no reason.
You're down on this
I
hill,
think-
aren't you?
I think that this episode we're going to be a much more friendly show. And no one's going to retaliate or
I
unnecessarily
cannot wait.
punish. Do you feel like you should punish yourself though?
Oh, buddy, you aren't making it to the next podcast. Believe me, you're dying this
Well,
time.
then my hosting duties will end on this podcast, as I made a previous joke about.
Every episode's the last episode.
Good luck, since you guys don't even know the fucking email. Anyway,
Well.
that's going to bring us. That's what I think that's a lovely, pleasant introduction, and we'll go right into three-piece news. So, yeah, the first thing I want to talk about is early access, and like especially us as young video game developers and stuff. Early access is recently new. Like, Steam Greenlight program. I suppose you could think it's just like an iteration process, like an older version of it. But is there any games come to mind when you guys think of early access in the recent years, especially?
Yeah. Ultra Kill. It's a big one.
Ultra. Yeah, still my red order player.
It's one of my favorite first-person shooters right now. It's made by the same people who did Dusk.
Actually, I
Really
think I've
same
seen
team.
it, but they're pretty good.
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's pretty awesome. It's got that
One of the-
there Devil May Cry skill
does.
bar, doesn't it? The
It
skill
has
meter.
the stylish rating.
Would you
No,
class that as
always
a character
started
action
going
game?
It's more like a Doom-like game where like you have weapon swap and stuff. It's just that if you constantly weapon swap, and you do stylish things like one gun, you can flip a coin, and you can punch the coin, it goes to an enemy. But if you shoot the coin in mid-air with a specific gun, it can ricochet the bullet, and that gives you more style.
That's
Okay,
pretty cool.
that sounds like a character action game, to be honest. Because I was like, is it a character action game? I was like, no, it's like weapon swapping.
It's like
I was like, wait a second.
It's very unique. It's like a mix.
Yeah.
First-person character action.
Like it
game.
takes elements.
Yeah.
Seeing the art style, it's bloody gorgeous. What is it? How long has that been in early access though?
I want to say 2021, but it may be 2022.
Jesus. So was it
Yeah.
a?
Isn't it a big thing
Is
for
it
those
just like
games? So
one level
like,
to start
a lot
with?
of them always stand there for so long.
So I got it when it released.
Yeah.
It was like 6, 7, like 6 to 9 levels when it started, and they've just been releasing it in acts. So I think they're on Act 3 now. And then they add like some
fair
other
enough.
stuff. They have like an endless mode kind of training area, stuff like that.
Yeah, so like you can just like test your skill basically.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. One that I always think of, and this is going back. Oh, it's going back 7 years now, which is crazy to think about. It is PUBG. It was early access. It did at the start of 2017, it was in early access. It didn't come full, and it was obviously a huge phenomenon. Like I'm sure
Yeah.
I never
Yeah,
played it, it's not my type of
definitely.
game, but
Yeah.
it was massive.
It pretty much
And,
started off that genre. And I look at the genre.
Yeah, I know the genre battle royale. I think I think especially the genre has evolved in many cool ways.
Yeah.
That would like if you look at that genre and you look at the early access, and it's obviously battle royale. Like games like Escape from Tarkov that are also in
Yeah, it's
early
like
access.
had its own
Like Extraction
subgenres.
battle royale.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an offshoot. Like so, Helldivers is kind of Extraction too.
Yeah, it's had like its offshoots now, like subgenres of extraction shooters being the big one.
Yeah, but like I think it's also a perfect example of early access
Yeah.
working. Like,
Yeah.
well, one of the first I remember. And obviously, you were saying, Jonathan, there are like a lot of games you feel like just stay in early access for ages.
Yeah, because for
Uh,
example, I'm going through the games here, like on Steam itself, to look at early access. Phasmophobia is still in early access. It says
It is, yeah.
It's
like it hasn't pushed out of that for a while.
2020. Well, they've been pushing out small updates. They've changed a lot since 2020.
That's the thing, though. A lot of early access games are always pushing out updates, but they don't know when to fine line to say we're ready to announce this game as a full release
I mean, that's
with
a
minor
yeah,
content
that's a
updates.
common issue though of like always wanting it to be better. Like, there's obviously the stress of is this a full game or could I add more?
But think about it this
Yeah.
way. It's not a great marketing technique because if you put a game in early access, there's always a promise of there being new stuff, so it keeps the fan base alive a lot longer.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure there is tactics used like that, but you also have to think too. People do get fatigued. Like I say I'm talking about PUBG. It released and it's not as big as it was anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, you were saying about games like obviously there's a list of games that are still in early access, like Phasmophobia. I think Escape from Tarkov is still in early access technically.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Games that have been in early access and came out, 80s.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Hades
it
2
came
just
out
got early
released.
access.
It did, and that's actually the reason that sparked my interest in researching early access is because on YouTube it was like they were doing their live early access test for Hades 2.
Yeah.
I find it so interesting that they've went the early access route again, even though like I think Hades 2 could sell without it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think it had enough power behind it, but obviously Supergiant Games want to ensure that fan feedback is essential, I suppose, to the development. That's also weird them doing a sequel.
They always like hitting the nail on the head, though. To be fair, like it's a rarity. Like, is this their first sequel? I'm pretty sure.
This is very first sequel yet. They've worked
Yeah.
on so far. They've worked on Bastion, Transistor, Pyre,
Fire.
and Hades. And this will
So-
Hades 2 will be the first.
I'm very happy.
By the way,
with it.
Studio, I've never played any of their games. I've never played one of them.
Yeah, I've only
Like-
heard about them from Hades
Yeah,
originally.
that's the first time I've heard of them as well.
Pyre was
Oh, really?
well. Hades was my first game, but then back in, I think it was first year when one of our lecturers actually mentioned Pyre in one of their slides. I went, this game looks kind of interesting, and then I looked at the narrative breakdown of it and the gameplay loop of it, and I loved it. It is like so good. The fact that you're in Purgatory with like different units and basically you're playing like Purgatory basketball is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, no, I remember the first time I got introduced to Supergiant Games was with Bastion, and I want to say I might be 100% not 100% right in this, but it was the Summer of Arcade on Xbox 360 back in 2008, and obviously in 2008 I did not have a job yet. No, I wasn't that far off, but and I saw it in the Summer Arcade, and I think it was like $15.99. I was like, oh god, I wish I had that money. It was like it had like a it was top down, but it had like a unique voiceover. And it would actually react to what you did in the world, like an action game. So it was. So they
They
do
were-
very interesting games.
I do.
Entertainment in some ways.
I do want to go around and play all their games. Like each of them have like their own unique experience, which I think a lot of developers don't really capture on. They sort of like nail down one formula and stick with it, but Supergiant just don't really care and just sort of expand their creativity, which is what I really like about them as a studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another studio I liken them to is Moon Studios. They're the ones that did Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori the Will Wisps.
Oh.
I-
Oh, yeah.
I think their next game is going into early access soon. It's called No Rest for the Wicked,
Part of
and
that.
it's kind of like it's a top-down action RPG.
Yeah.
Not like loot based like Diablo, but more combat based and stuff. The gameplay looks really cool out there, but that's another studio that I would say would be able to sell without going into early access, but it are. So it's like must be more viable and probably smarter strategy to stick with it. You know what?
Well, to be
So I'm
fair,
pretty
like
sure that game's released. I'm pretty sure. It just
I
released.
It's
just
not
checked
released yet,
there.
no.
I think it. No, I think it is. Right? It's got an introductory offer right now.
It's just released. I think because I remember seeing on the Steam page it's like
Oh.
release.
Yeah. Oh, it just released
So I
on
just saw
Steam.
the-
Yeah, I just
It's
remember
coming
like
from
where did I
Switch.
hear that before? And I was like, oh yeah, they released.
Literally a week and a half ago is when I saw it, and I was like, says coming soon. So
Yeah.
that's why I was like, oh, I don't think it's released yet. Or enough.
I'm currently
Yeah.
looking at it now. But
Yeah.
a big thing I'm noticing from this game is they like you can tell it's from them because of the art style, but also like it's so unique compared to Ori. Like it takes a completely different shift in terms of the environment and all that.
to be
Would love
fair
to
though,
worry, like, things-
like if we actually look at a lot of the media now, like a lot of game development studios are getting battered for like all the different like bugs and shit that like they're leaving in their games. There's as we talked about last time as well, not enough testing and not enough like like as William and me get let down tremendously, which was Battlefront, and they got that had
Six.
more bugs from the original release, which I didn't think would be
It's
possible.
somehow worse than the original.
Yeah,
the
so
original did have some bugs. Like William steered me clear of it, thank God.
It has.
I think
it
it's
has all those bugs and more.
I think it's
Like
a good
the
practice.
enhanced edition.
Yeah.
Now
Like,
with more bugs.
Me and Johnny played an early access game quite recently. Actually, Johnny Raven Watch.
Oh yeah, I was about to mention that. Like
Yeah,
it's still getting content pumped out with like new characters and all that, which was a pretty fun game. It takes a nice spin on roguelikes.
yeah. It's the characters Tristan Jude actually, because they're either gods or fairy tale characters.
Yeah.
So like the
I
main three
thought you were
characters.
about to say they're furries, and I was like, what do you
No,
take me for?
no.
I
So
do not like dogs.
the main the main four characters in the game is Little Red Riding Hood, the Pied Piper, Beowulf, and the Snow Queen.
Yeah, but it takes
Yeah,
that
well, you
Grimm's
sold me a wee
Tales twist on it as well.
Yeah, but like
Grimm's Dark Brothers first.
later on, yeah, it's kind of like that. It's like a twisted version. Like later on, they added Aladdin, like a siren, but they also added Geppetto and Sun
Yeah.
Wukong.
That's the thing. They don't even add in Pinocchio. It's like the actual toy maker himself is in the game.
Geppetto. It's really interesting. It's kind of like built up like a MOBA, but you're not playing against people. You're sort of going around doing PvP and upgrading yourself, and then at the end you go fight this boss and see if the build you've made is enough to beat the boss. Pretty fun.
God,
But
you had me until you said MOBA.
no, it's
not a
structured
MOBA,
like a
though.
MOBA without the PvP. It's essentially you going around.
But I did not. That's the thing I didn't like about MOBAs when I played them. The structure of them just bores the shit out of me.
No, but hear
It's
me
re-
out. You basically have to do 3 full day cycles, and you have to figure out not only how do I get more powerful, or you can't exploit the entire map in 3 days because the time period is that short. So you have to figure out.
Yeah.
Well, I can see from my perspective, there's a power up in the corner, but then I can get new weapons in the bottom left. So I have to figure out: do I go down here and risk getting nothing at the bottom, or go up to the top where I can see a lot more like variety there? So there's no guarantee that you'll actually get the run. Like there's always going to be that skill. But then there's also the luck aspect where if you get lucky enough, you can get an easy enough run without having to push yourself too much.
Like I think the second time we played it, we got to the boss and Johnny and our other friend went down, and it was me as Beowulf constantly healing and killing the boss, and I got killed like the very last bit. I was raging. But each
Beowulf?
character plays Beowulf, yeah.
That is
Like a swordsman,
see, I
yeah.
actually that is crazy. See this Beowulf. It has come up in my life so many times recently. It is weird.
Pretty common.
Just I know, but I know that, but it's just really. I have to go off a weird tangent about this. Does anybody remember that movie?
Beowulf. I watched it years ago. That nothing like
Yeah.
know. Remember it now, like
Yeah, I have been trying to track down that movie. I've been going every single bloody CX looking for it. I feel like I need to watch that movie because I'm trying to remember.
I
if it
may
was
have
good
it in
or
my
it was just-
house.
and it had a PS3 game, and I remember seeing it was one of the first PS3 games I saw, and I was like, "This is the most amazing game ever." I bet you it wasn't. I need to understand if that movie was good. Sorry, just Beowulf has been mentioned so much. Have
It's fine.
any of ever read the J.R. Tolkien version of it?
No, actually.
It's pretty good. Like it was one of the other books he worked on. Sorry, enough about that tangent. The Raven Watch, it's an early access, right?
Yeah.
Are they planning to add more? Like, are they planning I personally love Alice in Wonderland. I'm also reading it to my daughter now, so it's probably why I like it so much more. Are they planning to add like more of the fairy tales characters to it, or is it like the early access
well,
used to?
Sure is
so
intention
they're
to.
doing. It seems to be they're doing like one fairy tale, one. Well, now they added like a siren, but then they went back to Geppetto, then added some Wukong. So I think they're like variating, and then they're going to add chapters to the game. But it's really fun. Like, even like an R1 William would know. Personally, would be Darkest Dungeon 2.
Yeah. That's
Is it in
That
early access still?
that's still in early access. Their newest free content update is re-adding
Yeah.
different factions from the previous game's DLC.
The other one I can think of right now is a very small indie one called Lethal Company.
The
Just
company.
a very small unknown one, very
it's
niche.
not many people have heard of it.
Yeah, you guys were obsessed with that for months.
The whole world.
It's
we
so
actually-
fun.
I wouldn't say
The
obsessed.
whole world
Yeah.
was.
No, but
Might
no,
be
that's
one
that's
we're-
like having a
Yeah.
content
Early
warning.
access?
Content warning, basically the new Lethal Company.
Yeah.
Hold on, Tristan. What's that?
Is content warning early access?
I would say so. It's only been out like 2 weeks.
The thing is, it's made by Landfall Games, and they normally do like spoof games almost. They did like Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, which is like their version of Battle Royale. Yeah, they also did Totally
Alright.
Accurate Battle Simulator, which was like more in the strategy game. So like they're known for like doing those kind of games. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was like
That was-
just a full release kind of game.
I'm not a multiplayer guy, as you guys know, but that was quite funny. That game.
Taz
The amount of
are so
clips,
good.
like the amount of like funny cutoff into like just a pleasant stroll, and then you can hear Tristan screaming in the background as he getting like devoured.
Every single time I died, and you all survived. There was only I don't think there was
William-
one other time that someone else.
And we made it off with
William
your
always
profit.
gets chased.
I pretty much get like the horror movie like first to die every
Yeah.
time.
And you always survive in the end.
Final
Which I
curling,
just
not
wasn't
shit on
my
Will.
style. But just speaking about early access there and stuff, and this will tie into the other piece of news I want to talk about and stuff. You mentioned some games there, and I think the early access games like Hades and Ultra Kill are also very known for a good reason, not just mechanically gameplay, but their soundtracks.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ultra Kill
Definitely.
soundtrack is so
I-
good.
Yeah, William introduced me. That's the only thing really I've actually felt about that game. I haven't played Hades, but I've listened to the sound. I am a big soundtrack guy for video games. Like that's probably what I listen to most music wise.
Yeah.
If I'm playing a game, I will listen to its entire OST. So like this month alone, I've listened to the entire of Ninja Gaiden's OST, Okami's OST, and Inbase OST. But it's just like 3 tracks. This is an old arcade game. Is there any like games that you go? Any games that you go? Oh my god! Like that soundtrack is just 6 out of 6. Magnificent.
Metal Gear
From-
Rising.
Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah. Oh my god! 2 back-to-back ones. We'll start with Metal Gear Rising. Jesus Christ! Right? Jesus Christ! That game soundtrack.
It's
There's
pretty
no
much just a
goddamn right.
metal
It's
album.
unreal. It's so good. No, it's
The
weird to me.
magnum
Is like
opus of artists.
the weird reaction I got was that not a lot of people liked it at the start, but they loved the soundtrack. But now everyone likes the game again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
of
it
certain
goes in
YouTube
cycles.
videos that. Yeah, I would say that YouTuber Maxor
Yeah,
and
Maxor really.
Jacob Galler.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maxor and Jacob Galler back to back. 2 videos like not that far apart, and like I think that just soared
Yeah.
popularity of that game. But me and William, we know we've been fans from the start.
I've been fun for
It's
2
Yeah,
years.
really
we just got-
good.
we-
Like, yeah.
We discussed it last episode too when we were
Yeah.
talking about Devil May Cry and stuff and our fixes and stuff, additions to the game. Jesus, that soundtrack. What's your personal favorite off the list?
I like Monsoons.
Monsoons is pretty good.
Like
Mhm.
Stays of Time. Like
Yeah, that's mine.
Yeah. Mine would be the Psalms one. Do you know the one versus him?
The only thing you know
what do
for
you call it? The
Um,
only thing I know for I'm a little basic bitch for that one, but I'll be
well,
honest.
I feel
my
like
favorite-
the basic bitch one is the what is it, the chancellor's one. Sorry, the president's one.
Oh yeah, but it's amazing too. But like, oh my god,
So I
Well,
like
that
Sam.
one
I
was
think Sam's pretty unique. It's so good.
That one.
Sam is like 2 of my favorite things smashed together, samurais and cowboys.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
I've
just,
only had some chainsaws.
just nah, that seems a bit overboard. He actually does have a chainsaw wolf, by the way. Let's put that out there.
yeah,
True. Here's everything.
I feel like
Yes, everything.
any games in
That's
that
what Pete Meal
genre.
looks like.
It is
Character
true.
action always has the best music somehow.
Yeah. Even if they're like even Evil West, I thought the Western music in
Yeah.
it were fantastic.
Harry the Light.
Obviously, Devil May Cry. I think
Yeah.
pretty much every
Victor
Devil May
Borba, one of
Cry
my
game
favorite.
at least has like one or two just amazing songs.
Yeah, even
I
Absurd
am
Wrath
not
as
a fan
well.
of Devil Never Cry.
Oh, that's like one of my favorites.
I know. It's just that grunginess. I'm not my biggest fan, but I do
It's
love
just so
Devil
mid
Trigger
2000s. It's
and
great.
I know. If it's not Linkin Park, it's not me. You know, in the mid 2000s. The other one I listened to this month, Okami. Jesus, I just brings a tear to my eye. That soundtrack. I have barely played the game, but like the soundtrack's just phenomenal.
You just be sitting there with the controller down, just like taking in all the music when it comes through.
Oh, I do. Yeah,
How do you
I was
expect to
sitting
know the playtime? I'm just sitting there vibing.
I was sitting out the back garden yesterday, actually, after just finishing the grass before I had to go to work. I was sitting there having a cup of coffee, and I was just listening to the Okami soundtrack. I was just staring at the grass and the sun and all. I was just like,
It's
"What?
so
Ain't
chill.
gonna be a yeah, it ain't gonna be a bad day."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
One of them ones. But yeah, we can't forget about one of the greatest composers, Gordon.
Oh yeah, Doom and Killer
So
Instinct
good.
are the two main ones I think.
Boom, Killer Instinct, Prey,
Unreal
Wolfenstein
Tournament.
series. Unreal Tournament. The guy doesn't miss. Like, see if you're bringing a chainsaw into the recording booth, just out of a wee simple sound effect, like you're doing
Oh,
something
yeah.
right.
Honestly, like he's so good.
BFG Division is one of
He
the
does like
most.
actual
favorite.
music like outside of games and stuff. But pretty
Oh
good.
yeah,
Listen
know.
to
Probably more now after him.
Scoring the End of the World. With Motionless in
Yeah.
White and him. It's really good song.
There would be a few composers in video games, I think, especially like they're
Yeah.
getting more.
I mean, there's actually I can think of games that have made composers big, like Call of Duty. I'd say really helped Avenged Sevenfold become a massive band.
Oh yeah, like definitely the soundtrack from Black Ops 1, yeah, the original.
Yeah.
There's also like I think some composers are synonymous with certain games, like Avenged Sevenfold will be synonymous with Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like Gordon, Doom, I
Eminem.
think Hirono Sakaguchi
Yeah.
would be. Did you just say Eminem?
Eminem, Call of Duty.
Yeah, Eminem, the composer Eminem. Yeah, sorry, what?
Wait, he did do songs in Call of Duty. He's done 2 or 3 Call of
No,
Duty.
like
Yeah.
was one of his songs not just played in a trailer for the game?
Yeah, and then in Black
Yeah,
Ops,
yeah.
he did a song
Five.
for Black Ops, and then Ghost's
Yeah,
trailer
okay.
song, and then he did one recently.
That threw me off so much.
I was
like,
waiting. I was waiting if you were going to ignore it or not.
no. I was like Hironobu Sakaguchi, Eminem. What?
Another one. Simon Vickland, who did the Payday 2 soundtrack.
His stuff's brilliant. I love
Yeah.
that shit.
Ludwig Vossel did Metal Gear Solid 5 and Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Who was the
And then Guilty
There's
Gear,
one-
literally the dev does the music, and it is phenomenal.
It goes so well,
That
but it's
dev
also
does
unique. But it's
everything.
done by the same
And
person.
it's so wild how like one person does so many different types of songs and does everything else.
No. I've been listening to like late release so much.
And
Yeah.
something that me and Connell being the oldies will appreciate is Grant Kirkhope, who did Banjo Kazooie,
Yeah.
Donkey Kong Country and stuff like that. Yeah, no, there's definitely so many great composers. Personally, one of my favorite is Gustavo Stralli, who did The Last of Us. Like, I think we can all admit,
It
no
all
matter what you
goes
think about
back
those
to The
video
Last
games,
of Us.
it always will. No matter
Every
what you admit,
topic.
The Last of Us theme is a masterpiece.
Every
think
topic.
Theme of
even-
that game, like,
we even like call back
We
to
did.
like the second podcast, the Metal Hellsinger. Like one thing we all agreed
Yeah.
on was the soundtrack.
soundtrack that gives-
Oh, yeah.
phenomenal.
it was very good. It
I
was
mean,
played
even
well.
Dust had an amazing soundtrack.
Yeah,
Oh, they
Dust
all
is
have
Yeah.
bangers
very
so
good.
far,
Yeah.
yeah.
Us was a 6 out of 6 soundtrack. That's called damn right it was. And the final piece of news, and I know everybody's so excited for this one, so just brace yourselves. I did tell you what it was going to be, didn't I, guys?
Can't remember.
Half
I
minute
hold
It's
on.
Wrestle Talk.
Yeah,
We are talking about wrestling, right?
Yay.
That's what's happening. WrestleMania 40.
Yep.
On the first episode of this podcast, what did we talk about? Cody Rhodes finishing the story. I am pumped to tell you, Cody Rhodes finished the story.
He
Not only
did
did he
it.
finish the story, but it was one of the. I have watched every single WrestleMania. That was the best WrestleMania, and I'm not. It's not even
It's up
recency
there.
bias.
It's definitely up there.
It's
Yeah.
it's up there with Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker,
Yeah,
all
it's
that
up there
great
with
stuff.
25 for me.
Yeah, 100%. But oh my dear God, that was fantastic.
Such much.
Every single match, it finished stories. Yes, there's no continuity, whatever. It was
Yeah.
just fantastic. Just to give the quick rundown again, Cody Rhodes, young wrestler at WWE in the early 2010s, early 2010s.
Yeah.
Basically, was always put under. They called him the mid card, the ultimate mid card, because he was never as one of the top guys.
Yeah.
He leaves the company, goes to the indie scene for a bit, then starts his own company called AEW, and
Oh, did he
was very
help
successful
start
over there. Oh yeah, him and the Young Bucks were
that?
all three of them are the reasons that AEW exists.
Alright.
Tony Khan just came in as merely an investor and creative force.
And then Chris
Jericho,
yeah.
Oh, Chris Jericho was just signed on later as a wrestler. Was it?
Right. I thought he was one. Right.
Yeah. Oh no, he was just signed on later as a wrestler. Obviously, his creative input and sure, a lot of stuff. But then Cody Rhodes in his story in AEW, it was kind of like you can just tell it was coming to an end.
Yeah.
So we were all thinking, what he's going to do next, and he went back to WWE, and they welcomed him back with open arms because he's a fantastic wrestler.
Yeah.
So WrestleMania 39, we all thought he was going to take the belt off Roman, and Roman's at that time would have been just under a 1,000-day reign.
700, 800 at the time.
Yeah, it would have been around that, and they didn't. He lost, but then Rock comes back start of this year. We all think it's going to be The Rock versus Roman. They listen to the fans. They changed their minds. The Rock turned heel. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I think my favorite thing about this is that it was 2 nights. WrestleMania is always 2 nights, but it was 2 nights of like matches that were incredible.
I mean,
Well, the first night it had Seth Rollins.
2 major matches as well.
Yeah, no, I hear friggin' Seth Rollins need his flowers because he was the one that was in friggin' 3 matches in 2 nights.
Yeah.
And he's away rest now. He needs knee surgery, 100%. But basically, on the first night, guys, the match stipulation was it'd be Seth and Cody versus Roman and The Rock.
Yeah.
And if Cody and Seth lose, Roman gets to decide the rules for the final match on the Sunday night.
That was it, yeah.
Which was Bloodline rules, which basically means he can cheat and keep the title as long as he keeps cheating you that way.
Yeah.
So, basically, it comes to Saturday night, and Cody loses. And they do a perfect shot of the same exact way he was sitting when he lost to 39.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, down. The Rock, by the way, dude's almost 50, or he's over 50. Jesus Christ, he can move. No, I think he's like 52 or something like that. But he is in incredible shape. And he brought on a really good match. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good.
Then the Sunday night comes around, and there was rumors that Steve Austin was going to show up, and obviously it's a big wrestler. Everybody was so excited to see The Rock versus Austin again.
Yeah.
But what happened was, basically, Cody was about to win again, and then the old tricks of the Roman Reigns, where he gets his goons basically to take out Cody.
Yeah.
And then Jey Uso comes out, takes out Jimmy Uso,
Yeah.
and then Solo Sikoa comes out, and it just stops for a second, and you think, oh, it's over now, he wins. Then John Cena's music hits.
Yeah.
He comes running down. Did not expect him to be there. Everybody goes freaking ape shit. I think it was like 80,000 people in that arena just absolutely going nuts. And then he puts Solo Sikoa for a table, gets back in the ring. Cody's lying there beaten and all, and Roman's lying there beaten as well. And then Rock's theme hits.
Then The Rock comes back out.
Oh, it was so good. The Rock comes down the steps, and they obviously had the because it's supposed to be still PG. He's saying, "Get the fuck out of my ring."
Yeah.
He's selling it so well. He was so pissed as he's charging down the steps. He gets into the ring, and he then does rock bottom on
John? Was it
on
John?
Cena. Yeah, they do a callback to one of the other WrestleManias, where it was the Rock
Yeah,
versus Cena.
that's what I
Can't
because they
remember
had
the
like the
exact number.
stare down and stuff, and it was supposed to be like
Yeah, which is like the iconic scene from them guys.
Yeah.
So he hits it, and then this thing, Colin and John will have even less clue what we're fucking talking about. Basically, 10 years ago,
Yes.
Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose, who is now John Moxley in AEW, had a group called The Shield.
Yep.
Yeah. So basically, these three were combat gear, and they came in from the like their big thing was they came into the crowd, right?
Yeah.
Everybody so when the Rock beats Cena, Shield's music hits and everybody goes nuts, and the Rock starts looking the crowd, and everybody in the crowd starts looking because they think Moxley, or Dean Ambrose as he's called in WWE, is going to come out, and they're all freaking out.
Yeah.
But the Rock has his back turned. Seth Rollins comes out into the ring with a chair, and as he's about to hit the Rock, Roman Reigns jumps up in there and punches him in the face.
Yep.
And knocks him out. And then Cody's lying there, and you just think, oh, the Rock's going to beat the shit out of him now, and Cody will lose. And then a massive gong hits.
Oh yeah, the cheering on that scene was.
The actual, like, the thing is crazy about that too, William, is that's an outdoor stadium, so the fact that you heard it that loud is insane.
I know, yeah.
And I don't know, Connell and John, can you guess who it was when the gong hits in wrestling? You guess it's a very famous wrestler.
Very.
Not a clue. Not a clue.
You mean, like, no,
there's
I
a
mean,
very popular meme of him.
Yeah,
Oh, The Undertaker?
Yes.
Okay.
Who has retired. The lights go out. The Rock turns around and says, "Where the fuck is he?"
Yeah.
And then he turns around and the Undertaker's just standing there.
Yeah.
And the Undertaker, 60 years old, lifts him up in the air, choke slams him, lights go out
So
again,
good.
and he disappears.
Yeah, everybody
And it
disappears, not just him. Everybody.
Everybody, yeah, it's so good. Everybody's just out of the arena, and it's just Cody.
And Roman. Yeah.
There's a Cody's belt saying Mama Rhodes. Cody's lying in the middle of the ring. Roman's lying in the middle of the ring, and there's a chair between them, and Seth is in the corner.
Yeah.
And Roman gets up first, and everybody's like, he's going to use the chair and win the match. But because 10 years ago, Seth betrayed Roman by hitting him in the back of a chair when they were in the Shield, Roman can't resist and smacks Seth in the back, giving Cody enough time to get up and take down Roman and win the belt.
So good.
I think the most beautiful thing about it was, because obviously kayfabe is basically where it's the fake world of wrestling. It's called kayfabe. But everybody from that locker room poured out to celebrate Cody winning.
Yeah.
He finally finished the story. Like CM Punk and all came down, and it was fantastic. And then Cody became the new champion.
Yep.
And then you think that is the best thing ever. But on Saturday night there, me and William, Punks with Jamie, David, and Matty, at see wrestling live.
So good.
And if we had cameras on, you currently see the belt on me.
Yeah, he bought a belt.
I've been having it around my. I've had it on my shoulder this entire time talking about wrestling.
Has not left his shoulders since Saturday.
It's not. I sleep with it with nothing else on except for this belt.
Yeah.
Right. I just want to make that clear. Arnold, good luck with that image. Just seeing that was first wrestling match live was actually a fantastic night. William tell you, the matches they put on were brilliant. Drew McIntyre was fantastic. Cody Rhodes came out. It was just fantastic. But yeah, that's wrestling talk. Thank God the next section is not me speaking so much, because I have no fucking clue what this game is. And that moves on to John's biggest problem.
Okay,
John
it's not the biggest problem.
Games.
What?
Yeah, true.
Nope. We have discussed this.
Yeah, he always has a constant. He always has a constant skill issue. Go ahead.
Alright, so in my defense, it was quite hard to find a game for this month. I hated Dead by Daylight. I hated Digimon. I'm a hater. I'll just say that much. So I was going through my library, and then there was one game that sort of stood out, and that game is Hello Neighbor. And I spoke to Wayne about this, and his first reaction was to go, "Oh no!"
I know the history of this.
Yeah, you knew exactly what this was coming into. So, if you haven't heard of Hello Neighbor, it was a game developed by Tiny Build, came out in 2017. I actually didn't realize it was that long. I thought it was like
No, I
2019,
remember it
2020.
blowing up for like years and years.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It blew up, but I don't think it blew up for the right reasons.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
sure, it was like the entire gimmick was it was sped run. Like it was sped run and the times were really quick.
Yeah.
Because half of the run was just going out of bounds the easiest way possible and just skipping the entire level.
Yeah.
Like you have games where like you can skip like maybe a segment or two using very specific button presses like time based and frames. This one you could just grab an object, run to a wall, and boom, you're out of bounds.
It
You
was
grab
one of
some
those,
kettle from the
yeah.
kitchen. Yeah, because it's got like it has like a very well. We'll get back to this. We'll get back to this because I have a bunch of notes here. So basically, the entire gimmick of the game is you have a neighbor. He is a very creepy looking guy. You can see from his mall. He's got like a big nose, like curly beard, big quiff. And he just dresses like an old 40, 50-year-old neighbor. But you lose your ball in his yard, you go into his yard, you see that he has a big red door in the back of his house with like locks and planks on it. You have to, and then you're like, I'm a child, I'm curious, I'm gonna go and break down his door. Because there's really no intent except you know there's something behind that door and you want to go and find out what it is.
I forgot this game was a story.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
Yeah.
The game's story is all over the place. Like it, it's so hard to explain. You have to go
Tristan.
around his house. Oh,
Wait, Tristan, do you know how bad this game is?
No, but it doesn't
Icky.
sound good.
It gives Metal Gear and Kingdom Hearts a run for their money.
How bad it is?
Just with how mad the story is.
Yeah, the
How
story.
mad the story is. I first know how bad it is.
No.
well,
I
here's
was
the
gonna say
thing.
that's what.
There's story, and also there's no story.
Like following it in terms of
Technically, there
anyway.
is.
Oh right,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll dive a wee bit onto that because actually I've only really played the main title. I've seen the other stuff, and I'm like, nah, not happening. So the entire point of the game is you're meant to go around the house and like unlock one door to get to one valve to get to a jump pipe where you can climb up it and jump to the second floor where you can go into a stair lift to go through a window to grab a key to go back to the front of the house and unlock the door and you're halfway done. You have to go and find a hammer to like pull out the nails to get the planks off. And that's only the first part of the game. You basically go into the basement, find a bunch of long hallways, you're meant to run through them, and eventually the neighbor starts chasing you in this like chase segment. And eventually you get to the end of the hallway, there's a door that's locked, and you can't open it, and then he just jump scare grabs you. And you know, kidnaps a child.
Good
And
start.
then yeah, it's a great start. And then you get to the second part of the game, and if you thought it was bad getting into the basement, you now have to get out of the place, because in a matter of like half a day, he has made so his house now has like 20-foot like fencing. There's a shark tank, like an entire like floor plan of a shark tank in the second story. He has a trampoline in the corner now, a very convenient trampoline that you can, I don't know, jump off to get out of the place. You know, a bunch of ways to get out. So eventually you have to get out. He's still chasing you and throwing you into the basement again. But the game is just so convoluted because there's so many random things. You can grab an umbrella and like glide out of bounds and all that. But eventually you do escape, and the neighbor is like, "Oh no, he got away," and then gives up because you have went across the big abyss, which is a road. You've literally just crossed the street, and he gave up. And then time goes by. It's like 20 or so years in the future, you've moved back, the neighbor's gone, the house is deserted, so you're moving in, you take a nap, and then you wake up and the house is now 60 stories tall, there's a train track going outside of it. It's even weirder than the second act of the story. And then it takes a complete shift because now you're meant to basically go through the house, find different keys to get into different areas, which now show the neighbor's fears, like his fear of being alone in a grocery store, being in the school hallway when teachers come in past with wooden rulers.
Oh, very common fears.
Yeah, all the common fears. Like, that's the main thing I don't get about the game. Yeah. the game had a very linear like narrative. Like you find this guy is doing some strange activities in his house. You get into the house, you find out too much, you get out of there, and then it's like, oh, by the way, you're dreaming now, and you now have to go and sympathize with this kidnapper. The game really tries to make you sympathize with him after he kidnaps, like, I think the entire thing was, spoilers ahead, he kidnaps his son.
Yeah, spoilers for this really hot topic game that everybody wants to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I know everyone's put down the podcast like, I need to go play this game beforehand.
Yeah.
But then you basically have to sympathize with the neighbor, find out all his fears, like, you know what, I'm gonna protect this guy because there's apparently there's like some big shadow ominous void that took over him, like the evil neighbor, the evil void that within him you have to like I don't even know how to describe it, William. Like, you know what section I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. It's just so funny of how dumb it is.
Because you have to basically there's like a child version of him running around a house, and there's a shadow that breaks all the windows and tries to grab him, so you have to use your own body to block it, which makes you larger, and then you have to, like, he runs away to another part of the house, some areas which is too small for you to get around. You have to basically run upstairs to get to the area where he is, to block it again, which makes him larger. And then you go so on and so on, until you get so large that you can actually break out the house and kill the Shadow Man. And that's how they end the game.
Oh, that actually
like,
ends there?
Yeah, I think you see the neighbor in the house, grown up, looking through the window, and then he turns and walks away, and then you wake up. Like, I sat at the end of the game, I was like, what was the purpose? There was a really linear narrative for Act 1 and 2, and they scrap it for Act 3 and talk about this entire new side of him, which doesn't make sense, because it's meant to be a dream. Like, you're a child when this all happens, and you're like, I'm 20 years older, I can understand why he went and kidnapped all those kids and locked them up. You know, casual neighbor sympathizers.
Yeah.
New form of Stockholm Syndrome, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I wish I was still in that basement. But yeah, the game was just so buggy. Like, they brought out so many beta and alpha patches, and the full release ended up still being really buggy.
If I remember correctly, all the bugs, like, they would patch the speedrunning bugs, but they wouldn't actually like patch any of the important bugs.
Yeah. Like, they want, because that was like the main part, because they want the game to look
really
good on the outside.
Speedrun, and it'll still be buggy. Yeah. You get the worst of both worlds.
Well,
I love that. That's kind of like that's pettiness right there. Oh, you want to speedrun this game? I don't think so.
Here's what I think happened with it. Like, I think that the game was so popular because of speedrunners that, like, the game's popular, but they're all getting a bad image of what the game is meant to look like, because they're like annihilating the game's content by using our like weird physics and like gravity and all that. Yeah. So we're gonna get rid of that and completely push everything else to the side. Like, you can literally lose props in walls, because if you push it in too much, it can actually get stuck. The neighbor can like clip through walls to catch you. Like, you could be inside on like an upper 4-story like building, and then he'd be outside, and like his hitbox would tag yours in the weirdest way possible, and you get caught. Like, there is so much. Like, if I could actually show gameplay, you could see from like any sort of run, like 2 or 3 bugs. Like, no matter how slow or well you play the game, there'll always be bugs.
There's a sequel to this game too, though.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
If you let me read these out, I've got a list of all the titles on like just the games. So there was Hello Neighbor, and then they brought out Hello Neighbor 2, which focused on, there was a guy in a raven mask, and that went somewhere. I didn't play a second game because I didn't know how I was going to fix the narrative. They brought out a prequel though, focused on said kidnapped son, called Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek. And then there was also they decided to like play with a bunch of different genre of games. They made a co-op hide and seek. They made a sandbox engineering game, and they made, if I remember correctly, they brought into mobile and VR as well.
Yeah.
They got Hello Engineer, Secret Neighbor, and then Hello Neighbor Search and Rescue, which is a VR one. But that's the thing. Not only was the game like in such a disarray on release, they then proceeded to make a bunch of different games based on that original IP that just focus on completely different genres, while the main game hasn't even been, set in concrete yet.
Each worse than the last.
Yeah, like I saw like
Speedrun
Secret
them?
Neighbor. It's not even. I don't even think it's a speedrun. Like I just
Yeah,
think
no.
that the game, like the
Patch
story, is
that.
not built enough.
I just don't understand why they patched like the biggest like attraction that people when they started the game. Like the speedrunning community loved it, and then they kind of just like shit all over them, like literally.
You're
Yeah,
not playing
like,
the way it's supposed to be played.
can you guys think of any games that like surface based on their speedrun tactics? Because I know a lot of developers actually incentivize speedrunners by keeping them in, and even like make like building patches around where they would still keep that bug in as like intended gameplay feature. Like I think Celeste actually had a feature like that, where there was like a
Yeah,
movement bug that actually became like a part of the actual main kit.
You know, I think
The
that's like
longevity.
like CS, you have bee hopping and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it does.
And that became a core part of the game. Like they make game modes
Yeah.
based on that,
Yeah.
but instead you have these developers stripping away the core content of the game just because they want to keep face on it being a well-built, functional game, while like
Not building a
ignoring
functional
every
game.
yeah, by ignoring the other core aspects of it, and then deciding to drop the project and move to a different IP entirely.
I just don't know. It
the next
was a
IP?
weird development cycle. Like
Oh yeah,
What was
But,
the
you
next
know-
IP?
I actually think that the list one they've worked on, I still think they're working on Hello Neighbor stuff. Like they're still on Hello Neighbor 2, but that's the thing. They're
Yeah.
working on different games based on IP without focusing on the previous titles. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what their intentions are for the project itself, because I know they've also worked on an animated series, and I think there might have been books. I don't know if there was books.
Probably books.
Jesus
There's always
Christ.
like a surprising amount
The-
of books for those kind of games.
They'll probably patch out half of the middle bit because they want people speedrunning it.
Yeah. You can't
it's
skip.
like
you know
it's
what,
funny
let's
to talk
to the
about
end of
this,
the
but it's
episode.
actually true.
I actually-
It's just- we actually ripped out 40 pages in case you want to try and skip ahead and read ahead.
Oh
So it
yeah.
ain't happening, buddy boy.
Nah, but I think they tried to follow, because you know how like Finance of Fresh did it, where they did 4 games based on the same gameplay loop. Then they made a RPG title. They made a tycoon builder game.
Yeah.
They built a Finance of Fresh, but there's a linear story to it. Like there's like
Sister
How do
location,
you-
yeah.
This
so
is all
you
news
can-
to me. Like Five Nights at Freddy, I thought there was a game and a movie.
There's like 12 games.
And there's like 12
There's
survival
no
log.
way that you thought there was just that.
Yeah, I thought it was Security Breach in that movie.
Security
Whoa.
Breach is like the 10th one.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Like I would have understood if you meant you're like, oh, I know FNAF and FNAF
Yeah.
movie, but like, yeah, I know Security Breach.
The worst
like
one.
what
Yeah, that's.
the end of the
I thought-
timeline.
I thought Five Nights at Freddy was originally a webcomic made into the game.
No.
What?
It was like made in like 2012, I think the first one released. Or 2014.
It was-
Is that with all
2014.
the?
Yeah.
That was the. Oh yeah, that was all the same time with like
Yes,
Slenderman and
yeah,
people doing them.
It was like the
overreactions, yeah.
big one that came out of that.
Like there was so many Slender clones, and then they eventually moved into, what about like copy pastas of funny animatronics on stage, but cameras?
Well,
So then
it
everyone
was-
started making
movies
everybody
on
was
that.
trying to make a horror game like Slenderman, and then
Yeah.
the developer worked on a game but looked like animatronics, so he
Yeah, it
needed
was
to make
Pepper
that.
and Co.
And then like it's very interesting the development of the first one, and then like it spiraled out of control.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, too, if you want to see actually really watch a really great video about Slenderman's like origin and Marvel Hornets and stuff, there's a YouTuber called In Praise of Shadows. I think me and John have talked about it before, but he did one about Marvel Hornets. Where Slenderman comes from. You should watch it. It's actually pretty interesting.
Marvel Hornets was such a good series back in the day.
It was really good.
Yeah, in fact, I never heard about it until that video. So,
I think
That's
Sig and
what-
Hawks had a retrospective one as well.
so skill issue is
Yep.
another.
Even though
hot-
even though the entire like part that I just talked about with my commentary on looking at the game from a third person standpoint is just because I'm bad at the game.
You
It's
should
just a
you
skill
should have
issue.
speed run it better.
Yeah, I should have sped ran it before they got rid of all the
Yeah, just play
all
the
the
old
killer bugs.
versions.
That's on me.
Probably
That's on me.
would
Yeah.
pass your username. Well,
It's the worst.
that is
There's nothing wrong.
one game that Connell need to patch for us because I don't think some of us know what it is. McConnell does remember that.
Remember that. So I've sort of went around a bunch of different stuff. Last time was Devil May Cry from 2013. Thought I'd go back a wee bit further and actually found a rare game where Tristan hasn't heard of, which is quite interesting.
Shocking.
I know. It's well, for me it was the first ever game that sort of exposed me to a morale system. And it's a third person / first person horror game known as The Suffering. This game,
You didn't
interestingly
know what
enough,
morality was before?
well, like a moral system,
This
like
is
the
where you
good and
learned
bad
that.
stuff.
Yeah, that's what,
We-
I thought you were about to say, like,
like.
that's why I stopped killing the squirrels. This is what this happened.
You know, I walked down the street, seen a car like this, just broke into it and stole it, like, you know.
Yeah. We
It
played
was,
GTA.
it was made by a nice studio called Surreal Software, which, interesting enough, before The Suffering, the last game they worked on before this was actually Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring on the PlayStation 2.
I have that in my room right now.
Yeah, so this was the same studio. This
pretty
game
funny.
sort of came out during the era of like Manhunt and stuff, so it was like when game developers at the time who were like sort of making like, you know, not GTA, but they were going a wee bit out of the box. Like The Suffering for me has probably some of the most like gory and like in terms of like combat and stuff I've ever seen on anime designs. The first game is like the character sent into like a Alcatraz type island where the prison effectively gets took over by various monsters and occult creatures that have been experimented on throughout the island. Like even to give an example of one of the designs, the second enemy you fight in the game is essentially this big brute, and initially you would think, oh, big brute, he must use his fists. No, it's actually a person who has been blindfolded, who has had various different guns stitched into their back, and they don't actually see you, they are blind, and they react to you by sound. And then like it was just like for me at the time, it was the first game that sort of like punished you. Well, there was a good and bad path because the whole thing of the game was the guy went to jail for killing his daughter, no, sorry, his wife and his son, and the whole morality of it was he was pretty sure he didn't, but he couldn't remember anything. His mind was like faded. So throughout the game, you're trying to find out the truth, as well as find out the secret of the prison. Like the very first section of the game, you're in like a cell with a bunch of different inmates, and they're just talking to you. Then the lights go off, and then you just see like the different inmates like get dragged up into the vents and basically eviscerated by all these different creatures and stuff. For its time, it was brilliant. In terms of like horror games, I'm really upset it didn't get as much like traction as it did. But it did re-release and sold a wee bit better.
When did it release?
2004 originally.
Ooh.
So
Would that be like
we-
middle of the Silent Hill cruise?
Yeah, and
I
I think
well,
Silent
that
Hill was like
probably-
in 1990.
Yeah.
But like the like all the sequels and stuff.
yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
NA got it in about March 9th, and then
Yeah.
everywhere else got it in May.
Yeah.
Very
Remember that
interesting
they're
game.
releasing games at such different times, and even consoles.
Well,
the
that's the
world.
thing. Like its gunplay was like Grand Theft Auto, and it played well. It looked basically like San Andreas, and well, it looked a bit better than San Andreas, but it had its own unique look, and it was gory, and like it just didn't care. Like it wasn't afraid to just go outside. Like some of the enemy designs is nuts. Like one of the main bosses in the game is like this guy made out of gas, and like there's electric chairs in the game, there's gas chambers and all. Like it's mad. It's like effectively what you're going through is like a mixture of Alcatraz mixed with like a Nazi like experiment like lab. It was brilliant for its time. Like if any of you guys ever want to just go, you know, you don't want to go back and play like an old horror game that you've already played. Like this game is phenomenal. Like
How does the morality
Actually-
work then? You mentioned.
so throughout the game, the first instance is when you're playing through the game, you're basically just seeing people die, but there is you see like officers and stuff throughout the game. And at the start, I think one of them's like the warden for your cell area, and he's like, "Oh, I don't trust you" and stuff. And you can just shoot him,
Oh.
and that's bad karma. Or he dies anyway, but you do try and save him. But the difference is kind of like Red Dead 2, Tristan. Do you know the way like if you're evil, not you see the wolf, but if you're good, you see the deer.
Yeah.
So with this,
Pretty cool.
if you're bad, so in the game you can transform into a monster. So if
Oh.
you're bad, you see like grotesque images and like you as a monster. But if you're good, you see like your wife and your child, and it's like nice memories and stuff. And it's sort of tilting towards that, the wife forgives him for what he's done, but he didn't do it in a sense. It's a really interesting story and a really interesting game for its time. I don't know, like see in terms of like horror games now, like I would argue that like the likes of like Evil Within would have took some of its inspiration for the creature designs. Like even one of the other creature designs would be there's a burrowing enemy in the game, and it's like this man who's been like tied up with like 8 straitjackets, but on the straitjackets there's like these giant blades. So it would dig in the ground, and when you're near it, it would come up and just start spinning with these blades and damaging you. And like one of the R ones would make it like sort of like gothic with like witches would be like there's these two girls with a teddy bear, and throughout the game they're sort of started as like they'll watch you from afar and you're like what are these things, but then you actually start encountering them out in the world where they're just they turn in these like two like imp demon things and start creating like fire circles to like limit you during combat and stuff. It's really interesting creature designs. Actually, I think for one of our projects, we actually used some of the creature designs to help out some of our artists to make stuff for our game.
Would you say like the
It's,
creatures are built off that like? Sorry, Tristan, I was gonna say, you know how like Silent
sorry.
Hill series like have their creature designs based off like themed with the character themselves? Would you think that the game is basing that sort of same premise? Like this broken man, they have like for example the straitjacket to sort of show that sign of insanity, or like any of those sort of designs?
It seems to be every design of the creatures falls back to either a disciplinary technique in a prison or a torture method. Like the very first enemies you fight in the game are called Slayers, and effectively what these creatures are do you know the way like when someone's being forced to watch something that would like use these different devices to like keep their eyes open and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Slayers effectively have these different like those devices sort of around their heads, but they will have like a lot of restraining things on their body, but their limbs themselves have been cut off and were replaced by blades. So they can actually climb up on walls like spiders and stuff and go on the vents and stuff. And then like the blind one I was telling you about earlier was sort of because you do find panels and like they're on their different creations. That the second one was kind of based on a one-man firing squad.
Oh.
And then like one of the bosses, the gas one was actually created in a gas chamber and stuff. So it's taken stuff from like disciplinary methods in prison as well as torture methods.
Yeah.
Sort of like more recent and past, which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
But the design of the game is brilliant, and then like there's a section in the game where you actually have to fight yourself in the monster form, which is quite good. So it's like fighting your inner demons literally,
Yeah.
which is quite good. The story and the narrative for it is quite good.
You actually definitely sold me on this game. It sounds like I would
What's
actually very much enjoy it.
What's actually really cool is the way like in the original BioShock, Andrew Ryan is like constantly coming through like the what are they called, like the cassette players.
Yeah.
So there's actually like so the scientist who created most of these creatures, you do fight him, and his boss fight actually takes place with him being his soul is actually put in various different cassette players you have to go and destroy. It's quite interesting, and instead of like you seeing him being projected on a wall as like an image, it's actually him being projected as a full body person, like a virtual thing, which is pretty cool.
Oh, very cool.
Mhm.
Like it's in world, is it?
Yeah, in world, you actually see them. So at the start, like
Right.
basic. So like throughout the game, basically, you would see him at the start. He would like give you hints and stuff, and then later on, you actually have to fight him because you actually find out where he's been hiding out. And any of like the bottle him is like one of those quote unquote boss fights, but like there is proper boss fights, which is quite good.
Do you know what that? Actually, looking to really play that now. I'll probably look up and see how much it costs physical after this.
It's a
Uh,
PS2 game, but you can buy it on. I'm pretty
uh,
sure PS4.
yeah, I've just been sitting there and listening to it and like, geez, I want to play this game right now. Stop this podcast.
It's really
Do
fun.
you want to take a break? Come back and it's like play it for a bit. If it's got trophies, is on PlayStation.
I
Making
actually
you a
don't
content
know if
better.
I would buy it if it has trophies again. But it's like one of the. It was like I used to go to my friend's house and like we played 3 games. It was this, the original Jaws game on the PlayStation 2, and God of War 1. So thanks to that friend, he actually got me into God of War from this. But the Suffering would be one of those games, I have very fond childhood memories of.
It is not on PS4, but it is on physical on PS2, on Steam or GOG. GOG.
UG, yeah.
Did you say you went to a friend's house?
Yeah. So back when
Oh,
when
so you had
I
another friend other than me. That's cool. I don't mind that. That's fine.
this was like long before we knew each
Not
other.
allowed then.
Oh well, yeah, no. So it's an excuse. No worries, no worries. Let's just move on.
Don't
I
worry,
guess.
Tristan. Like we've all told like all our friends and family just to spend time with you. It's okay.
That's what I've
Oh,
done.
it's a pass.
No, no. William, you have to be here. John, I don't need that shitty morale. Donald, don't leave me.
What?
Anyway, we'll
What was
move
that
on
about me
to.
abusing him?
No, I don't. He doesn't abuse me. I want it. Anyway, the
He's pretty much going
Thank
through
you,
the
everyone.
suffering himself.
Thank you, everyone.
I feel like I'm suffering. Not playing the game.
Stop it,
That moves us on to Platinum Bet. This is an interesting one. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same score. It's the same score. Those who
They have
don't
nothing on
remember
the
because
ground.
Yeah.
Connell is on 5 and I'm on 0. I'm on 0 because I'm a winner, right?
Yeah.
I don't lose nothing.
No. What's
I
the
mean-
real reason? What's the real reason? Spit it out.
Okay, so this is gonna be rough. So as I said, we were at me, William, and all were at the wrestling. Beforehand, we had a few pints and stuff, and
Don't blame the drink.
counts. No, I'm not gonna
I
blame
was
the drink.
very
I'm
sober
gonna.
when I thought about this.
I was not. I mean, I
Yeah.
was super. I had they loosened my lips a wee bit there. So I am gonna stop making your counts. Is the idea? I want to make that clear for you. Jump in for your jokes and
Better.
laughter. So my
You already
current
know.
account
You already knows.
is, and I'll say it on the podcast, is Moon Lily River. Right? That will be my account from now on because, along with a few other people, I have to get 10 platinums in this account, and Ian Williams that is then cancelled. But
Yep.
if I fail, I have to get a cowboy chainsaw tattooed on me.
Remembering the best account you've ever had, the peak.
Tristan,
Yeah,
do you
This
want
might be the one to slap some sense into you.
Yeah.
Tristan, do you want to let the audience know from your previous bets what I have won the rights to?
Take out the list.
So yeah, we'll just do this real
Well,
fast.
the important thing. The
I-
important
bro-
thing.
Yeah, the important thing is if I ever have another child, not my beautiful daughter, and I just want to make clear, no, Connell gets to be godfather.
I have won that, and he will never take it away from me.
You have successfully you've literally sold your godchild rights.
And
Yeah,
that child will be
platinum
I'll be incredibly looked after. Thank you very much.
Much as I'm
The
not
most
comfortable bringing
based
this up,
child.
but I want to make it clear. Yeah, not Sammy. Sammy's my girl, and she's not Kristen.
No,
It's
we
up
don't
to
bring
you.
Sammy into this.
No.
Yeah. So, yeah, and 20 bets. Can't bloody remember for the life of me. Like it's a bottle of whiskey or something.
It's probably a drink,
30
yeah.
platinums on one account. That is any game gets bought for me. That was with Jamie. Our editor Maddie has decided to partake in this. I think mainly because she just wants me to buy her a drink. That she gets any drink she wants bought for her, and she buys me a bottle of whiskey because it's always going to be whiskey when it comes to me. 50 platinums with Connell. All bets are cleared on my end except for the Godfather one. We'll let that slide. Whatever.
We're not taking that away from me.
Yeah, one thing I want to say is that we're going to come back to this episode, right? And I don't know how many years it's going to take. We're going back to this episode and we go.
Yeah, next episode, he's
Holy
doing a new
shit.
account.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
Wait,
No,
did you mention what happens when you make 5 new accounts? What's the thing for
We're
5
going to
new
bring.
accounts?
We're settle down. We're getting into it. We're getting into it. Let's just say we come back to this episode. Say we make it a very I'll be honest, it was a bold move labeling these 0, then the number, implying that we're going to get the triple digits of episodes.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah. Say we get to episode 100 and we look back at episode 4 and we go, a crazy son of a bitch did it. He stopped at 83 accounts he's made on PlayStation. Yep, I counted that. 83
It's
accounts
not.
I've
It's
made on
not
PlayStation.
That's
83.
being
It's not
optimistic.
83. It's not 83.
It is 83.
How is it
I checked it.
83?
He's addicted.
I've been doing this since 2020. Catch yourself on.
Oh my god.
Nah, let's be honest. We look
Yeah,
back
It's
at
been on
episode
the wrong
100,
type of grind.
you're going to be nearing the thousands by that point.
We're going to bring
Yeah,
up what
we're being
happens.
optimistic. You stay under
in the
triple
first
digits.
Yeah, so the platinum bet 5 and 0. Come back next month. Me and Connell will improve somewhat.
Or
see how
it'll
the
be
points
5 and
go.
0
We've
again.
like
Yes, I am off my rut now. Just to put that in, I'm off my rut. Gaming's back on the table. I'm gonna be up a
Here.
few points. I hope next
Yeah.
episode.
Connell, if you want to discuss what game got you off your rut, I think that'll be pretty fun, especially for those people who do get in a bit of
I
a rut. And,
Don't know how the rut actually helped with doing work, but I started playing one of my dams, which was Jump King. So when I was bored doing my work, I just started playing Jump King. Don't know how it's pissed me off once, and I've been playing it for a few hours. It's pissed me off once. I don't know how. Like John's looking at me the whole time, and I'm calm as hell, right? And then it
I can vouch
transitioned.
for that. It's quite weird.
You
And
may
it's
have said some very bad things to me at one point.
I've said once. I've
Flash
said it
of
once,
violence.
right? And then, and the other side, which is Williams' dam, is I started playing Marvel Midnight Suns. I've been craving a good strategy game for a while
So
since
good.
I finished XCOM 2's DLC. Oh my god, this game ignited the spark again. It is
Yeah.
so fun and it is so well made. I'm so sad it's so poorly because I want a fucking
Yeah.
sequel.
Yeah.
I want a goddamn sequel so badly. But that's 100% being done. I'm not getting a tattoo from William because that game is being 100% regardless. Jump King is being chipped. Jump King is being chipped away, and I think it's going to be tight for that. But yeah,
Well, here, in fairness, I'm glad you got out of your rut because I was like making you counts to give you, slow myself down because I was
Obviously.
cooking. You know?
wait, sorry.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what was your excuse saying when I went from 3 to 5?
What was my user?
He wants you to
Dude,
get
that
the
was
head
like
start
6
so he can
usernames
catch
ago.
up. You know,
Yeah.
it'd be too
That
easy
is
for
like
him otherwise.
Yeah, it's like 6 usernames ago.
Yeah.
Catch yourself on.
I just forgot
Yeah.
all my stuff's double points as well. Happy days.
Yeah. Do you want to? How about this? We'll mix it up a bit in the podcast here. Usually
No.
we're going down and making this shit up. But we can go into straight away into Tristan's hot take since we're talking about accounts.
Well, there's actually one other thing we need to talk about.
Yeah,
So,
you're kind of
because-
skipping over
yeah.
something.
Because
No, I was going to bring that into Damnation.
Well,
We can bring it up now.
well, it kind of fits the segment now because
not?
one of us, Tristan has a lot of tattoos, and we've already seen with Sly Cooper, he doesn't really mind losing just getting a tattoo. It doesn't really bother him that much. Whereas me and John, we haven't had tattoos, so it'd be a lot more effective on us. We'd try a lot more harder not to get it. So to
Yeah.
incentivize Tristan more, if he feels 5 dams and gets 5 tattoos, he has to give up PlayStation for a year. We have people who'll go to his house and take it from him.
Me and David will come
He'll
in
be held
and
back.
ransack me.
And you'll have to make
Oh.
do with Xbox and PC for a year. Hopefully that's
You'll
more
become an
motivation
Xbox
for him.
gamer.
Hopefully he feels like with how we do, we have to do everything we can to finish these dams.
You know for a fact he's not.
Oh no, I'm expecting another account to come out pretty quickly.
Well, I hope he makes
I-
one.
My thing too is that my goal is obviously to make this my last account, and I have one's really seen me. A lot of people see me who listen to this, but I have a tattoo for my daughter on my right hand, a lily, Samantha Lily, and that's my PlayStation name, and I love nighttime and the moon. I was going to get on my left hand a moon, but I said to myself, I'll only do that if I get the 50 platinums. So I've invested in my tattoo in it. Myself, I don't want to play Xbox for a fucking year, man.
PC.
Could you imagine Tristan
That
gets
sounds annoying to
addicted?
me.
Could you imagine Tristan gets addicted to achievement hunting because he just likes the higher number go wee?
Yeah.
I thought that's why he was doing it the first
Getting
begin
his
with.
gamer score as high as possible.
Oh yeah, true.
Tristan, at this point, like once you fail the five, if you fail the 5 dams or you make a new account, I'm literally going to your house and lifting my statues. I'm owed so much. I'm owed too much at this
You
point.
are getting it back in the end of that.
I'm getting a
That's how
statue.
you know it's going rock bottom.
For those who don't know what the statue he's referring to is the Final Fantasy 16 Collector's Edition statue, a very beautiful rendition of Ifrit and Phoenix fighting each other.
And I'm
William's
selling the
statue
Dark Souls
is
3 one to
I
William.
can already see the position where I'm going to put the Dark Souls 3 statue. Huh?
I have some.
If-
You can shove it up there, why don't you?
yeah,
I'm gonna,
Don't blame us for your gambling addiction.
it's not an addiction, right? It's just
It is
something I
an
need to do.
obviously.
It's like literally every time you hear something, it's time for a double down. That is in your head constantly. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, no. Like Chris was like Chris, what do you call our friend? Someone was like,
The janitor.
he was like,
Yeah.
yeah, he was like my AAS sponsor. He's like, don't do this, man, don't do this. And William's just sitting there licking his lips, about to shake my hand, like I got
Put
it,
it
I got
on red.
The thing is, I've heard you double down on so many things. That double down doesn't even mean anything anymore. You've done enough of
It's
them.
just expected.
It's just another
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Just to make it clear to the audience, the current bet he is on with
Recording
me
this on Wednesday, by the
has been quintupled.
way.
He has doubled down on the one bet 8 times, and I've been so nice every time.
Thank God you explained what quintupled meant though, because I was like, is that 4? Or...
It's 5.
That's-
So
It's
5.
octuple.
It was no
Quintuple's
octuple's 8.
quintuple.
Octuple's 8.
Yeah, is that what you
Um,
said? It?
No quintupled. No, it's not 8. It's 5 because 4 was the God Shade, and then the one now we're on the 5th one.
Right. Well, that's like I said. We'll mix up and we'll bring in Tristan's hot takes. I'm going to try and defend here. Not successfully, probably not. Me making new accounts.
Okay, the Planteth is here. Present your case.
Yeah. Go on.
Tristan, Michelangelo Newbrook.
Yep.
Would like to say a few words.
Please say it to the camera in front of the judge.
Under
Yeah.
the
I
council.
am not turn my fist cam on. Yeah.
Just master the gavel.
Just for the audience, know, I've literally got nothing on but a pair of headphones. No, wait.
And the belt. And the belt.
On the belt,
Me.
yeah. So I make, as the audience is probably aware by now, I make new PlayStation accounts. Just a few 83 so far. Not so far. I mean, that's me done. Shit.
Yeah, so far, not so far. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
You do
no,
realize you're
that's-
going to a section now by talking about making new accounts, and you're like,
Yeah,
yep,
we already
that's the
signed
final
up.
card. But here I am going to defend making another one.
We haven't even said.
You know, let me
anything.
make my defense. Let me make my defense, right?
I'm gonna play this
Okay,
case. I'm
okay.
gonna play this case.
We all get stressed in life, right?
Yeah.
And some of us have our vices,
Yeah.
and some of those vices can be harmful.
Yeah.
Smoking, drinking,
Gambling.
and drugs. Stuff that can be pretty bad. I think out of all the vices that let's be honest,
Well.
a big hurry weirdo, right?
Yeah. True.
I think making new accounts isn't the worst way to deal with my stress. It feels like a fresh start. I get overwhelmed, and yeah, I tend to make new accounts. But you have to admit one thing: what with some pretty sick names,
Yeah, like Cowboy Chainsaw.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Cowboy Chainsaw, Advice Anubis Dragoon, Oni,
Yeah,
Tanuki,
no,
Judge,
those aren't
Samurai Hokage.
Claymore Frog.
I can literally probably name most of them. I had Thunder Rebellion one time.
I didn't ask. Just starting off, how much money have you lost from buying an online game to one account and then just never going back to that account?
Good point.
So we're gonna move on to the next session. It's called
No,
I'm not
no,
making this
no,
shit up.
There's my
No.
Okay.
You sit down in that
Okay,
witness stand right
so-
now.
Do the math.
Oh.
How much have you spent on online games and
What
then
did
made
I-
a new account?
No, sorry, William. We'll not go on the damage he's done to himself. We'll go to the damage he does to others here. So, me, Jamie, and David have one thing in common. We're getting old. We're one of the older
True.
sorts.
True.
And the amount of muscle work it takes to type in your names again and again to add it to our friends list is such a pain in the ass. And on top of that, you've done damage to John by making him buy Outriders and then fucking flipping to a new account anyway. Oh, your damage is so yes, it can be a good stress relief compared to smoking and all, but not when it financially damages your friends around you.
I mean, if you want to talk about a
Right,
bad
right.
vice, a
I'm-
bad
I'm
vice
s-
is one that makes you lose money. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm sensing a lot of tension and anger here,
yeah,
and I'm gonna be the
Oh,
bigger
we've been
person
waiting
as
for
always
this.
and forgive you.
Uh-huh.
So-
Forgive yous. Because users are incompetent little shits, right?
Whoa.
I'm turning V here. I don't give a shit anymore, right? Listen, I make new accounts for pure entertainment, right? We wouldn't have these funny ass sections. We wouldn't have the chance to use the dog pile me, right? By the way, the main reason I'm going at you now is because apparently that's what the audience wants. Screw you guys.
you also have no defense. That's another reason.
Yeah, I'm
Also,
trying to yell
you're-
away out.
No,
So-
hear me out. You're probably sitting there with your PlayStation controller there. You're probably making an account as we speak. You're like, no.
So David and Jamie,
It
I know
was
you're
going to be
paying.
called Magic Martyr.
The next one has to be called Martyr of some description.
Yeah, the
Oh,
one you're
it's
about to
Moon,
lose.
Lily River, and that's the way it's staying. Yeah, I see when I get those 50 platinums, forget about it. I'm gonna be bringing my bottle of whiskey and drinking it. I have lost so much.
No, you're gonna be bringing your bottle of
Yeah,
whiskey and give it to whoever you lost a
Yeah.
bet to.
Like I
Yeah.
just think of the amount
It
of
would-
times where you like you buy a game, it's like, oh, I'm
50
gonna price
pounds,
this
I would
later.
say no. £50 probably the most.
I
be
think it's
honest.
I don't believe that. I don't,
I
because you
feel
said
like
you
it's a lot
bought.
more.
You bought.
Oh, because I
You
buy,
got Outriders, or did you get that with PS Plus?
I got that physical.
Right.
Metal
So you've been buying Plus for the accounts as well. So it's more.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, how much
Well,
money?
I
You have
haven't-
to
I
like,
don't-
you have
I
to
don't
put
buy
like
Plus for the
15
accounts.
pound down. Wait, what do you mean? What do you do then?
You had to for some of them.
Yeah.
Sometimes
For
you buy
two
online.
of them, yeah, and I paid £6. So yeah, I'd say about 50 quid.
Did you not buy Final Fantasy on one of them as well?
I buy Final Fantasy on one of them.
Yeah. At Christmas?
Yeah, and I got it for like £6.
I definitely think it's
Cost
more
much?
50 quid. Like,
Mm.
How about this? I'll go to 75 for you.
okay.
That was
Oh, you drive a hard bargain, but yes, you have spent
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
So all in all,
Work hard.
no
So,
you work hard, yeah, but you no defense.
Your defense
but
is
can we
all
you're
agree-
incompetent.
Is your actual guy's favorite username Cowboy Chainsaw?
Yes.
Yes.
Mine's actually Claymore Frog.
Boo.
Yeah, got one guy. Don't have that account anymore.
No,
The
Nobody likes
classic
Lily River,
bad
you guys.
cowboy chainsaw.
but no, I respect it, but I still want to get the Cowboy Chainsaw tattoo. It brought me too
Oh,
much
yeah.
entertainment. It brought me
You
too
need,
much
you need to
entertainment.
learn one way or the other, and if you can't learn by losing money, you're getting it tattooed on your body.
Yeah.
How about this?
Oh,
No,
God,
you're not
here
making
we
another
go.
bet.
This is
No,
how it starts.
no. Even if I get the N platinums, right? If this episode gets at least 5 comments, I will get the tattoo no matter what.
Time to make 5 accounts.
Are we
Yeah,
doing
fine, email
doing
that.
text, or are we doing an image of a chainsaw with a cowboy hat on it?
It's an image of the
I
chainsaw
will-
cowboy hat, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
No, but just
Yeah, I
imagine
will
you have
get
the
the
icon
text.
and you have cowboy on the top, chainsaw on the bottom. Oh, that'd be so
We
good.
could get
I-
Arthur Morgan holding a chainsaw.
Nah. Oh, well, could do. I feel like he'd like that too much. though.
Or yeah, what I would like too much is Sam holding a chainsaw
Sam?
from Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah, but
Oh.
he isn't even. He's not a cowboy. I'll be honest.
He's a
Sorry,
cyborg
Liz, is he
samurai.
He's not even American.
In America.
Well, right. Well, that's we just combined those two sections
Yeah.
very violently. I want to apologize on behalf of my other hosts.
I'm back on top,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, I just would like to apologize because obviously they really mishandled that and thrown a lot of accusations around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Talk about my finances. How about we go and see how much William spent on manga, huh?
Yeah. Probably less than you
Yeah.
spent on games.
Yeah,
He
physical
can sell
stuff.
that back.
He doesn't
Probably
need
less.
a
How about we go and see-
sword.
How about we go in and see how much Connell spent on William? I would go see how much Connell spent on vapes.
Probably less
On-
than those statues.
Probably less, yeah, because I don't buy reusable disposable.
I actually have not bought a collector's edition since
Last
while.
year.
Anyway,
You can't afford it.
that is true now. Yeah,
If you
I
had the
can't
money, would you
Um,
bought a collector's edition recently?
You know he would.
the FF7 Rebirth
No,
very tempting.
Yeah,
It was
you
awesome.
pre-ordered that. You pre-ordered it. And we're gonna get it.
I did, and then I cancelled it because the Square Enix changed their policy
Oh, right.
on payment issues. Yeah, but yeah, so that was Platinum Bet. Maddie is going to kill me because I did not put a time code when we started on my Platinum Bet
It was
because I
kind
just
of
kind of
merged
mixed.
into your
I
hot
don't
two,
blame
her.
but they were similar.
I'll put that in the notes.
Yeah.
And I'll just say they both finished at. I'll say,
Yeah.
oh, Platinum. Yeah, they both finished pretty close together. So
We
Yeah.
can rewatch it and do it for.
yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
we'll just redo this entire episode right now.
Yeah, well,
You're live!
need to restart.
I also wrote down something in my notes that makes no sense. Sorry.
Do that all the
shocking,
time.
shocking.
I know I have to put it into a Word document for after because if she tried to read what I wrote, like I actually wrote down on my piece of paper here, the guys are trying to fuck me over with this bet. And I also said, Will Williams stop bringing up accounts?
It's just like a
Even though
cry
that's
for
what we're
help.
talking about.
He's a victim,
It
ladies and
sounds like a
gentlemen. He's
cry
a
for
victim.
help.
This is for my counseling session next week.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe what the boy said to me this time.
He told me to stop wasting money.
He's imagine your counselor listening to the freaking podcast. I'd be probably locked up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Last
going
episode.
into the next section. Last episode, yeah. Going to the next section. I'm not making this shit up. Presented to you by yours truly, the one, the only, the ginger, William. Go ahead.
Well, because I've got two games that I've badly explained the plot to. Well, normally very crazy. And you will not believe that I'm not making this shit up with some of the plots I've got. So we're going to start off in the future, where the player character breaks into a corporation to steal confidential files, but is instead tracked down and apprehended. The player character is then offered a deal where they'll help the company develop a secret project, and in return he'll be released and given military equipment. The player character agrees to the deal and then finishes developing the project for the company. Then the player character gets put in a coma. A few months into this coma, the player character help their project breaks free and slowly begins taking over the station that they were created in. First by taking control of the systems in the station, but slowly becoming more extreme to the point where they began killing anybody inside the station. A few days later, armed forces were sent to the station to take out the threat, but were destroyed immediately upon landing. After the station was pretty much taken over, a virus is released into it, created by the project and a traitor within the station, that turns all biological life into these mutants. With the virus being released, the rest of the crew were executed or turned into mutants. Some of the crew tries to create resistance groups, but they are unsuccessful and their own suits turns against them. One of the last surviving crew members discover that the escape project was charging up a super weapon and came up with a plan that would destroy the weapon, but was not successful in doing it themselves. A month after this, the player character wakes up with no memories and finds the station to be completely deserted except for the few mutants and enemies around. The main game... Oh, sorry.
I think I know what it is.
I'll continue to the end.
I know.
Okay.
I'll go Connell first at the end because he said first. So the player character is then contacted by the lost surviving crew member and is explained the plan. And then they carry through the plan, which is to gather explosives and destroy key locations in order to stop the massive thing threatening the Earth. But then the project goes like, nah, I'm just going to invade it instead. So the player character then has to go and destroy the project. In the way, he finds that the crew member who betrayed the rest of the station turns into a massive cyborg, and then gets a device from them in order for them to destroy the project for good. With them eventually going home and then just continuing their regular life as if nothing happened.
I don't know what this is anymore.
Connell, you first.
Prey?
No, it is not Prey.
Oh!
I thought it was Prey or Doom.
I have 3 hints.
Okay.
Oh, you're giving hints?
First hint.
Is it a third-person action game?
No. This game has been
fuck
recently remastered.
Hmm.
Still nothing.
Uh,
Oh, the original, yep, is over 20 years old.
Oh, Shot in the Dark, Dead Space.
That was less than 20 years old.
Is
I
it?
thought
Yeah.
Oh
that's
no,
why it was Shot in the
2008, I
Dark.
think so.
Yeah, that's why it was a Shot in the Dark. Oh,
Alright.
shit.
Last hint is that the player character is a hacker.
Okay.
Is it? Oh shit! Is it?
Fucking no clue.
Oh, what's it
Right,
called?
start again.
No, it's not Deus Ex, is it?
No. Okay, I have one more hint.
Yeah.
The project is an AI.
Oh, System Shock?
This is System Shock story.
Oh,
Oh.
I had
But-
System Shock's big robot face in my
Yeah,
head from the
yeah.
moment you started.
See, a
My
lot of
name
people
is
will be more
Shodan.
familiar with System Shock's 2 story, but this is the very first game story.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh
no,
my
I actually have
God.
played 2. I've only played 1.
Yeah, this is the one. This is like a really rough translation of the first game story.
I was so confident it was going to be Prey. I even texted
No.
Cole halfway through. Like, it's probably Prey.
No, it is not.
I
Right?
I
So I heard
started on
Pitch, I heard
Doom,
Zeus,
but then
I was
you want the Mac and the explosives, and I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah. The biggest hint there would be that it took over the systems.
I see. As soon as you
They
said
did it.
that
Yeah.
big face was stuck in my head, and I was like, what is that called? What is that called?
Yeah, and recently I had a remaster, which I really want to get it. It looks very good. It's done by a different
Oh.
studio, but like completely redesigned the game from the ground up.
Yeah.
And the UI
Another
is
one?
nowhere near as bad as the original, Tristan. If you
Oh, yeah, the original guy was something else.
It has like your heart rate and stuff.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a very
Yeah.
good one.
Going into the second. This game revolves around a person who just causes pure death and destruction no matter where they go. This person was born with psychic powers, but a scientist brought them into a private military corporation where they did experiments on them. The person could not be controlled and kept killing people, so they were put to sleep. A while later, this person woke up and created other psychics. The person had a plan to escape the facility by planting their mind inside of one of the newly created psychics and used their body to escape. Although this was mostly successful, in the end, the original body gets destroyed, and then the new body they planted their mind into is captured. In the future, they once again are awakened when their body is rediscovered. Once this happens, a second incident occurs. It is started by causing an army of clone soldiers sent in to kill the person being controlled by the psychic. But the game follows one person who goes into the site of the incident to find out what happened and try and stop it. Throughout the game, the player realizes that the innocent not only affected the incident, can't speak, not only affected the army, but was sent in and may destroy the entire city they're in. And there are now 2 factions that want to kill the player, both for knowing too much and wanting to retake the psychic. The original faction that did the experiments and the new faction who rediscovered them. Both want to make the truth of make sure the truth in the incident doesn't get out and recapture them. The player has the ability to slow down time and react faster than a normal human, and is the reason they're able to do these feats in the game. And they seem to have resistance to the psychic events. It is found out that this is because they are one of the new psychics created by the original. That is the game's plot.
Well, it was infamous.
Is it Control?
It is not, and it is not. I thought you'd say Control.
Is it beyond? Is it
It
beyond
can't be
two
a
souls?
certain
I know
point.
that's like
It is not Beyond Two Souls.
Is it
Yikes.
Fear?
It is Fear.
Yes.
Oh, for fuck. I mean, yay, congratulations.
Yeah,
I
this is the
couldn't-
original. The player
Oh.
character is part of the task force Fear.
Yeah.
The original psychic's the little girl that you see all around.
Yeah, do you know what? I had Control and Fear both in my head, but Fear was like, I was like, no, sorry, Controller was like, there's no 2 factions in
I
Control.
thought people would say Control because of the psychic. That's why I was trying to be vague about it.
No,
No, when you start bringing
oh,
up when you mentioned the psychic powers and then transferring it into conscious, I thought you were talking about like Natalia from Revelations 2.
No, that's actually the plot of Fear. There's like three villains, like a little girl, and then like your character is
Yeah.
one, and then you have like the main villain.
Gee.
And
The
then,
original
yeah,
Fear.
the
Good.
original Fear. So I had like another hint was that the like 15 years whenever released, even like 10 years later, it was like the benchmark for game graphics at the time.
It's just another game destroyed by sequels.
Fear 2 wasn't that bad.
2 was good. 3 was
Yeah, we
terrible.
don't want to talk about 3.
3
It
doesn't
doesn't
exist.
exist.
It does exist, yeah, it does exist.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
It does not. It's not real.
Yeah.
I'm so happy with that. I couldn't get involved last time. I'm happy with that result.
That is,
Scores should be a lot more even now.
yeah. I'll be honest. I think I'm winning. Anyway, moving
Three-
on to
it's 3-2.
No, no, no. You read it out right now.
Yeah,
It's 3-2-2.
It's 3-2-2.
yeah,
You're 3, Jonathan.
it's pretty even.
No, you would be 3, Tristan. You got 2 last time.
No, you got one. John
Oh
got the
yeah,
other one.
I got one today.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got one today, yeah.
So 3-2. So 3-2-2. Yeah. So I'm winning. Haha. Actually, it was right.
Huh?
But but that was I'm not making this shit up.
Yep.
The next section we would usually go into is Tristan's hot takes, but since we already did that, we can move on to Andre's quizzes and quips. Still fucking love that name. Like, pat my back every time I read it out. We actually got some really good questions this week, and from a couple of new people as well. And Connell learned how to send an email, so that was nice.
First time for everything.
I can't wait till it gets the damned.
Oh well, me neither. But here, do you know what? Maddie's gonna kill me this episode. It's not Quandary's quizzes and quips next.
Come on!
Oh,
Maddie's gonna kill me.
we're not
Uh,
called Dysfunktional.
it is the Studio Dysfunk Game Club.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're not called
Right, that's-
Dysfunctional for the reason.
No. We're just. Oh, shout out to our brilliant editor Maddie for putting up with us because we all know she's gonna blast this episode out editing wise, and
True.
yeah, my notes I need to organize them so badly. Right, so this month's game club was chosen by me, and as we alluded to in the last episode, the guys are so angry, so they were about this game. I don't know why. Some of them were so angry they just didn't even bother playing it.
True.
This month's game club is a game from my youth that I haven't played in a long time, and it was very fun to come back to. Ninja Gaiden. We're specifically talking about Ninja Gaiden Sigma, though. There's different versions. And I actually prefer Sigma. A lot of people don't. They prefer the black version, but I just like Sigma. I like what it added and stuff.
I think that I know why they do.
Yeah, no, 100%. There's
Yeah.
clear reasons why the original might be perceived as better.
Yeah.
But we'll start off with Jonathan. Jonathan, how you feel
Okay.
about Ninja Gaiden? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was really good until chapter 18. Like,
You just want to go straight into it, yeah?
no, Tristan, do you want to talk about what I messaged you yesterday as I was about to complete the game?
Oh yeah, I was in work and I was getting yelled at through the phone.
No, I just messaged Tristan like I was having a good time with the game, and then they brought in this one section, and it was annoying. There's like small fish, ghost fish, and you have to you get swarmed by them, and each time one attacks you, they attach your body and make you unable to move. You can't do anything to stop it. You can't even pause the game to
you can
use
spam
another
out of
weapon.
it.
No, that's the thing. Even if you spam out of it, you can still be stuck in that cycle for 20
Yeah.
seconds. That's 20 seconds where you're losing your health. You're going through like 1 to 2 health potions, and you can't do anything.
Yeah.
And I also did not know there were ultimate abilities in the game until Tristan told me like on chapter 12. He's like, oh yeah, what
so
are these?
funny.
What are these
I
mini
just-
bars
I just
do?
started
It's like
watching your stream.
because I was like, I have a question. What are these bars and what do they do? It's like, oh, you mean the ultimates? I'm like, what? Yeah, if you press these 2 buttons down, which the game doesn't
Yeah.
tell you about, you can do ultimate attacks.
magic
That's
system.
the one bad thing
Not
about that
even
game.
ultimate.
It does not. I can tell it probably had a manual, but recently.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love
Does
that about
not
it. It's like,
tell
oh
you
yeah, did you not get the
whatsoever.
manual?
But yeah, we live in the modern era. We got this game PC, so we don't have a manual.
Yeah. Don't even
The
put them on them
digital-
anymore.
digital.
I mean,
That's
even
why you
for,
get physical?
even for the
Remember when
time,
back
it's
in
pretty
3,
bad that it doesn't have any kind of tutorial.
Yeah.
It
But
does
to be
have a tutorial,
fair-
you just didn't play it. It does at the very start of the game. Those little things they throw. You know, the
Yeah, I read
kunais
them. It
with
doesn't
spinning
tell you
wheels.
Wait,
anything.
windmill.
It does.
It doesn't tell you button prompts or anything. It just tells you like
It does
just
when you
says
first
do
when
the
you first get the, no when you first get the Nimpo bar, it tells you to press
It
those
doesn't.
buttons.
It
It
does
doesn't-
not,
not in the
Tristan.
P-
It
not-
doesn't.
not
I
in
wouldn't be in the
version.
section I was in.
I played a wee bit of the game. It doesn't
Yeah,
tell you
it
buttons.
does not tell
I
you
have
whatsoever.
no idea how to block in
It
that
just
game
says
on
do.
the
It
Xbox
just
controller.
says do this move.
L1.
Tristan, you can stand on that rock as much as you
Yeah,
want. I'm
it
going to
just
kick you
says
off
do
it.
this move.
I'm gonna
It
kick
does
you
not
off
tell
the
Stand on
what
rock.
this
to do.
mountain. No, because it's the first game of the series that my pick, and you're all shitting on it because of one fucking thing you couldn't, because you don't
You
have
haven't
freaking
given us a
video
second one. That's a damnation.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
That's on you.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't regret it. And
I enjoyed it.
if can we talk about the actual game itself, and not a freaking the manual?
That
Oh
was
yeah,
fun.
sure. Let's go off all the negatives into more negatives and maybe a wee bit of positive.
Well, I feel
Uh,
bad.
that's
No,
not
the
a good
game's
sign.
fun. The game's
I
fun.
shouldn't have done it, but I delayed it, so I really started playing in the last 3 days. I got the chapter 12 normal, and I really wanted to play the game normal, but I knew it would take too long, so I had to play the easy mode. I'm really upset at myself because I really want to play the normal difficulty.
Oh, it's so, oh,
I
I
really wish
honestly,
I
I feel
planned
like-
it a lot
feel like
better,
you've
and
ruined your
like
experience.
actually, I really wish I planned it a lot more to be able to play because I got the chapter
No,
12 on normal, and I was like, yeah, this is going to take
We-
too long.
We've been really busy, to be fair.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that's how you activate easy mode. Like, I just died like to a boss on chapter 2. It's like,
You get
oh,
reminded.
you have so much left to achieve.
Yeah.
Do you want to bandwidth and into? And I think I just pressed the wrong button. I was like, oh.
3 deaths, you get reminded of that.
It
think
does
you
do it
can use
for being
accidentally
bad.
sometimes.
It does remind you for being bad. Like, it's pretty funny.
right. Can we point out though?
Yeah.
Izuna drop is one of the best mechanics in any fucking character action game ever.
Sorry.
And I'm assuming
What?
from the silence that you guys don't know what the Izuna drop is.
I seen it,
Is it
but
more
I
of a-
never
is
got
it more
it
of a
because I
technique?
never knew how to get it.
Did you? Oh my
'Cause the
god!
game
It's like the most.
because the game doesn't explain
Oh,
anything.
I'm sorry. Does it need to hold your hand? Does it need to hold your
Yes!
hand?
Yes, it needs to
You guys-
tell me how to play the game.
It does. No, it
Tristan,
doesn't. You
like, the Devil
what's it
May
like,
Cry
white glass on?
games. The Devil May Cry
No, they
games
don't.
are incredibly incredible.
do.
Yeah, they tell you more than that. They
tell
do.
you the buttons to press.
Oh
at
well,
least.
that's little baby easy mode, right? You're all just looking handouts. That's what this is. I
You
am sick
definitely
of
played
this
on
shit.
easy. You
I
definitely
knew
played
this
on
was going to
easy.
happen. I was
Listen,
like, I did
if I
not play
can
on
take
easy.
If I can take shit from Sly Cooper, you could take shit from Ninja Gaiden.
I mean,
No, because Sly
the game
Cooper
just
is
doesn't tell you how to play.
Stop bringing up Sly Cooper, man. I don't want to talk about Sly Cooper, right? I'm done
That's
with
alright.
because
At
it's
least
stuck
it tells
inside
you to jump and hit the
Cooper,
circle button.
Can you use the circle button, Sly? Do the Izuna drop, Sly? Fuck off, you little turtle cripple. That's a reference to the game, by the way. I want to make it clear.
Does he
Yeah.
says that word per word.
There's some
Fuck is
resentment
he? You
there.
drop crap.
I can assure you I'm not a turtle or a cripple.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm not saying you. I'm saying about the game itself. It hammers
Look,
you with the
I
tutorial.
obviously
tutorial,
get
tutorial.
it's
Actually,
supposed
his
to be
turtle.
like,
turtle. He wants to kill them all.
Look, Justin, I guess it's supposed to be a hard game of like, oh, it's like it does everything hard. This normal games don't do it like this.
No, I'm not saying
but
that.
it should at least
saying
tell
that-
you how to play the game.
Yeah.
That's
Did
minimal.
you are just incompetent bananas?
I
No,
read
No,
I-
they
every
basically
single-
threw a
Tristan,
newborn baby into a
Tristan,
river and said, learn how to
It's bad
swim.
game design to go hit the block and do certain things without telling you this button blocks. It's bad design.
Yeah.
I'm sorry
Okay.
to say.
Listen, I will concede to some bad design. Like,
Right, there you go.
checkpoints.
Some.
I can checkpoints.
There'll be a butt though. There'll be a butt though.
No, but that's a challenge threshold. That's fine.
Yeah, we're talking about like it just doesn't have.
Not giving direct instruction.
I mean, there's some bad bosses though.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
hate that final boss just because you have to
I-
climb
I
the
like
volcano
rock.
every time you
I
died.
like being the rock. Why does every game from that time have a gimmick final boss that's always terrible? Well, second final boss, I guess, for Ninja Gaiden, but
I didn't know how you meant to avoid it. You know, like
the lasers.
not the lasers. Whenever you did the skull attack where they'll
Oh,
fly
you
and then
you
one
just
big
roll
one.
and pray.
Yeah, because I got that like 3 times. I was like, am I meant to be able to avoid this?
No,
and
you
then I
just-
survived
you
it
just-
one
you
time,
just
and this
roll and pray.
slam took me into lava.
Maybe Tristan has the hot gaming strat, but he's just rolling and praying.
And I think
Thanks,
Tristan,
Lucky for the
I think
hot gaming
Tristan
strat.
called over Jamie or David and just said, "Can you play it for me?" And then I'll just in the background.
Yeah, you both know I didn't do that.
Yeah, no. But you didn't tell
I
anyone
get
when
that
you
you
played the
still like
game.
this game, but I
No, I
truly
like
believe
it.
this
It's
is a
just
video
these.
game.
Overall, I like it. I
No,
love the combat.
The
I find it really fun.
combat
Oh,
was
it's got-
really fun. Like all the weapons are so nice.
Yeah.
But right, do you know how to do an Azuna drop though? Have you done an
No!
Azuna? It's
No,
amazing.
because the game didn't tell me.
It did. It's square. If you click on the info of the actual move, it tells you how
Yeah,
to
but you have
perform
to
it.
get the move
It's
from the
square,
shop and it's locked.
square, triangle.
I liked
Oh, you know what you do? You get a Zuna drop for free. You get it for free.
No,
When?
I saw it. I
When?
saw it in the shop locked and was not
No,
available.
you're
until
thinking
every time.
you're thinking swallow drop. You're thinking swallow drop.
No, flying swallow you get free, and you get a Zuna drop for free as well if you went and explored properly. But you
It's
always
fun-
rush through the
Sorry,
game
I didn't
because
explore
Sorry.
one thing. So I
I'm
didn't get a
so
major
sorry. I can't explore properly.
Sorry, is
Can
the
you-
flying swallow drop the execution from the diving attack?
no, flying
It's like
swallow
the
is
one you,
basically
like, behead, I
a form
think, right?
triangle.
Yeah, that's the one
No,
I
no,
know,
it's-
but it's so good.
I kept
it
using
just,
like the throw, like the one where you grab them and just chuck them over your head.
One thing I will say about the flying swallow is when it doesn't register an enemy within reused
Oh god.
position, it just says, "Oh, I'll use the next move I think you want to use."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So
no,
many fights I lost.
just don't. Yeah, that was annoying. Like, don't worry. The soundtrack though, pretty sick.
So it's pretty good. It's pretty
It
bopping.
is good. Yeah,
Pretty bopping.
it's pretty good.
The enemy design is all over the place in a fun way. I think
this might be
there's no consistency.
my favorite enemies to fight were typically the soldiers.
Yeah,
I like the
Yeah,
horse
they were very
riders.
fun.
Because I like how they go from like
Uh,
melee to range, so you have to like.
You like
be
the
careful.
horse rider? Fuck, I
Whoa,
know.
whoa,
I
whoa! What?
actually did, yeah.
Oh, you
Actually,
never,
like the
Yeah, they were.
you didn't get far enough to see the motorbikes.
Oh, the
Motorbikes
were nuts. They were awesome.
They
How do you
get, but
fight
they
them?
get horse riders,
I
but
just
they have
jumped on
range
them.
attacks, Connell.
Well, the
I
horse
love- I
riders
love
I have
the,
bows.
No, I mean like machine gun range attacks.
Oh my
like
god!
when you get into a city Terron, they like
Yeah.
ride around on cycles. It's so good.
Horrible. The fight.
And then
just
they bring
gonna-
in like the cabs on the side.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw this out here for the audience as well. I bought PlayStation Plus, so I got a lot of the games I've been challenged to. I bought Jump King. I was able to get Marvel Midnight Sun and Ninja Gaiden 2, which I've been
Yeah.
damned with. Ninja Gaiden
Yeah,
3
they were
is
good.
also on PSN Plus. Ninja Gaiden 1 isn't.
Not.
For some
not.
fucking reason.
What I'm gonna say this to you for the last time. I've said this to you private. I'll say this to you on the podcast, so it's official. Every time you say
I
it's on
didn't
Plus,
have
it's not.
money.
Oh, it wasn't on Plus. Ninja Gaiden 3 isn't on Plus. That's the PS3
Right.
version, so you'd have to stream it.
No,
Right.
no, 2 and 3 is. You have to buy buy the upgrade to get the stream and stuff.
So I'm
So
saying,
that's-
so that's the streamable version. The physical
3
version
isn't.
is only the Ninja. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. It is, right?
This
I
is
can't explain this to you any way, right?
Okay.
I will tell you it is 100%. Do you know how I know?
Bye.
I accidentally bought it. Right? I told you this before.
Did you?
Yes, every time we argue about this. The Ninja Gaiden HD collection was
remember.
released in 20.
William, they're getting old.
19,
They're getting too old for us.
The match is kicking in.
I could be, or just pay attention to one or the other.
Now, old fuck. Listen to me. I swear to God.
You're hopping a skip behind me, mate.
Here, I'll be skipping over you, hopefully.
I'll tell after your platinum record here at the minute.
Ooh.
Well, that was. Do you know what, man? Like we've said a lot of mean
Oh,
things
that's
each other
fair.
in this episode.
That went.
I was too far.
Yeah, but he's got a point.
Wait,
You're talking
wait
about like
till
16
that.
under as is.
Wait till that. Like, I could just sit on 5 and probably win. And the guys will probably agree with me here.
Yeah.
Oh no, absolutely. You will not need to touch a game for the
As
rest of the
long as
year,
you
and
don't
he'll still
delete
be on
your
one.
account, you're fine.
And that's never had 56 platinums of the Dodogama Slayer staying, like.
As long as you don't want to make Peacekeeper 40 a thing, you're safe.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Right. There's a lot of mean things been said in this episode, and we're all attacking my game. But Connell,
I liked it.
let's just go around the table.
He didn't play.
You
he
liked it?
didn't
I'm
beat
glad
it.
you liked it.
I
Oh,
still
so-
liked it, though.
So,
I
you
enjoy
know what?
that.
I actually told Jonathan what your punishment was going to be, and it was going to
It's
be
gonna
easy.
be
But actually,
changed.
for
I
this,
know. I don't care.
for this episode,
Fine.
it has actually made me realize that I can't.
Hit me.
I can't accept this.
Hit me.
I'm
Go.
coming with you everything I got.
Oh, you're changing it?
Connell.
Oh?
Ooh.
Oh, I am
she is.
going in hard now.
It's gonna be 3.
Connell, as your punishment for
Oh.
not completing Ninja Gaiden, the rest of the guys did. They did. As your punishment, you have to read the first volume of Fist of the North Star.
Fair. I want that one.
Is that
That's
it?
it. That's it. just have to read the first volume
Oh,
of Fist of the North
wait,
Star.
why can I get that
And-
one?
I kind of don't
I
want to
am
read
going
it
to
to get
be-
the Fist of the North Star tattoo.
Just out of spite, you don't read it.
yeah.
No,
I'm
I'll
going to
read
be
it, I like
100%
Fist of the North
honest.
Star.
I just want someone else to talk to about it with.
Okay, I'll read it. Manga's
Kind
like
of a sad
not
reason. But yeah, so that's all you have to do, Connell. You just have to read the first volume of Fist of the North Star. I can lend it to you if you want. I've got the hardcover. Very
What
lovely,
chapter does the first volume? Oh wait, no, I've got it here. Got it here. Yeah, I
so-
can do that. No problem. I can bash it out tomorrow.
Yeah, no, you can. You literally have to. So there you go.
I'll do it
And I'm
tomorrow.
being nice to them
Mhm.
because
We
when
gotta
we come
wait
to
all like the
recommendation,
whole time limit just just out of spite.
I'll be honest. If I get any more long dams, I can't do them. I physically can't do them. So
Then
Yeah,
start
you're on the
playing the monthly
podcast
games then.
I
Man, well,
am.
yeah, start looking for a new podcast.
Yeah.
That brings us on to quizzes, kanjis, and quips. I apologize, Maddie. I
are
thought
you
I'd write
sure
this
we're on
down.
the section right now?
That's a really cool name.
Yes. Oh, dude, no one's mentioned that yet.
Yeah, no.
Maddie, once again, apologies. And that section, guys, was very chaotic. Some things were said, all in good jokes and humor.
Yeah, no, I meant everything.
I
I said.
apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize to all the Sly Cooper fans out there. I don't know, all
The
two of you.
turtle is not that
Um,
disabled.
Yeah.
Mm.
I apologize to Connell. I apologize to all two Sly Cooper fans, Connell and Jamie. Right? Well
all
done.
two
You
of
picked
us,
the
like-
worst platformer of that series.
It's alright. You picked the worst game for us to play this year.
Ooh.
You know what? That's just hurtful. I've got worse games coming up.
Yeah, true.
See when we get to August, by the way, that's the next.
I'm
time
excited for that
from
one.
the audience.
Yeah,
You all say that, but believe me, you won't be. So
I know
going
what it
on
is.
to
I'm fine.
going
I
on
know
to
this.
the next Andre's quizzes and quips. He does not kill me.
That's a really good name. She said it
The right
3
time to
times.
type. I did. No. QQQ. We got a question from Najee McGee. Says, hey, I have a very important question. Odd hand for PS2. Thoughts?
Of course he asked this. Of course he
It's
asked
perfect.
You have to
this.
take your
Yeah,
into this one. I've never played it.
I'm gonna be honest. I actually thought I asked the question because, come on, God Hand is phenomenal. For those who don't know, directed by Shinji Mikami, it's a third-person character action game where you build your own combos. It's got some of the most insane boss fights. It is fantastic. Soundtrack's also pretty jazzy, jazz-infused funk.
Actually, didn't
And
get
he's played it.
exposed. So I didn't get exposed that actually till I done my HND in the Belfast Met where I met Najib, and he made sure to let me know what God Hand was. And I haven't played it directly, but I've watched him meticulously play it. It looks so fun.
It's
It is
fantastic. It needs
An old
remastered.
it does.
It's on PS3 for £8
It's so good.
on the digital store. It is. It's very, very good. I recommend to anybody who's a fan of action games, especially Shinji Mikami, director of Resident Evil, Evil Within 1, to play it. It's really good. The second question is, and any good art book recommendations? I'm assuming we'll keep it video game related. Somebody's got actually outside video game related ones.
Do you say book recommendations or game recommendations?
Art book.
Art book. Okay.
I have one.
Ooh.
And it's a series that I've played 1 and 2 now, and I will play 3. I got bought for my birthday one year by my lovely auntie and her husband. Mass Effect art book trilogy. Jesus, the creativity between character designs in that art book is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And it gives you like in details of how like they came up with certain designs and stuff like that. It's a very fantastic art book. And I have loads of art books, so I could probably go on too much about this, so I'll move on. I'll just say the Dark Souls trilogy art book, fantastic. It's more concept art based, so it's not really.
Like, all the From Software art books are pretty good.
Bloodborne's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well,
For
I love
me,
getting art books and like special editions. It's awesome.
I have quite a few, but the two that sprung out for me is probably the Final Fantasy VII remake. The first one, art book's pretty good. Has a lot of good design stuff. But Sifu's one actually.
Sifu was quite good.
Sifu's art book is really good, and it breaks down the environment design and the character designs quite well.
Art book Connell I have as well, and we forgot to come back to it earlier. We got too excited by Metal Gear and video game music. I have Final Fantasy 13's art book. It's brilliant. Also soundtrack, unbelievable.
It's so bad.
Just yeah. This is the most chaotic, all over the place episode we've ever done.
There's no
I love it. Chaos. Chaos is
It's so we're saying chaos, but the show's literally called Dysfunctional Talks.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
so
gonna-
it's the most
it's
dysfunctional.
It's in the name.
It's functional always.
We
Actually, there's one. Doesn't Dante's Inferno have one?
I
Probably.
don't know. I don't. I was going off our books I have, to be honest.
I feel like it does.
I think it does. That was a really good one, if I'm thinking right, or if it was actually like the religious one. No, but if it's the game one, I remember the game.
Yeah,
was
the
interesting.
original Dante's Inferno art book.
No,
Yeah, in the
you know what I
15th
mean.
century.
You know what I mean. No, you know what I mean.
I
Like
think
the
very
actual
fastly in
story.
art book. I don't know if there's an official one, but any Atlas art books would be cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
I think
Persona 5
Persona
had a
definitely
really good
does.
art one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
just
with
saw, like-
the demon designs.
No, I was gonna say because all the characters in like Persona 5 got like a bunch of redos, so you can see how like their entire timelines and how they would have looked before, and potential new characters that could have been brought in, or old ones that were put in as actual NPCs instead of main playable ones. Like Hifumi out of Persona 5 was meant to be like a playable Phantom Thief, and then she got pushed aside as an actual confidant. I didn't know that until I actually saw snippets from the art book.
I like stuff like that, where like, especially in RPGs, so like, yeah, this character was meant to be actually this. I think
Yeah,
it's really interesting, especially in
like
those
the
types
fact
of
they
books.
brought them in as a new thing entirely is just so cool.
Yeah, the art books are just that's a very cool thing, isn't it? Like, it's just I like it, especially because video games is one of those things. I think the reason I love video games so much, it's like, to me, the perfect amalgamation of all types of media.
Every like media is in
Literature,
video
art.
games some way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just like beautiful ways, and like I feel like when we dissect video games, we dissect them by individual art, be it the filmography, the cinematography,
Yeah.
the art, the sound, the music. But that it all creates that whole, which is a video game, which I think is amazing that it does that. The next question is by Jimmy Stewart, and as you know, people know that he gave the fun challenge to you guys last time, so that's still in the back burner. But this time he's just asking a question, no challenges for anybody. Back game with another question. If you could adapt any game into a film or TV show, what would it be and why? And who would you want to direct it? For example, he would like to see Dead Space film, directed by David Cronenberg, which is a pretty good choice. This is also within light of, I know a lot of people I work with and all have told me about they're watching the Fallout show. People who haven't even played the Fallout games. How
Yeah.
successful this is. Jamie says it's 6 out of 6. So it's, you know, I trust his opinion on TV shows and books, or sorry, TV shows and films. I'm trying to think.
I can think
This
of
guy doesn't
I can
watch
think
much.
of one of, like in my
He's-
head, like, oh, Borderlands would be, oh no. Actually,
Beat you to it.
Amnesia would be cool.
That would be
that-
interesting.
I don't know who to direct. Like, I'm trying to think of horror directors that fits. Like,
Just, yeah, I can think of games. I just can't think of directors because I don't really.
You know who I think would be really good for Amnesia?
well,
Jordan Peele,
yeah.
Yeah.
director of Get Out.
Or,
And Nope, yeah.
actually, I have one out
Yeah,
there
Nope,
that'd be
yeah.
hilarious. A Michael Bay Command and Conquer movie.
Oh yeah, that'd be the most. That would be the most American
like,
shit you've ever seen.
based
in
it
your
off
life.
like Red Alert, so you have like all the stereotypes.
Oh yeah.
Mine would be, and I don't know the name of the director, so I apologize, but it's my favorite movie of all time. Bring Everywhere All at Once. I would love the director of that to make a Yakuza movie.
That would be Yakuza. It feels like a franchise would do well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate. It already has a movie, by the way. Yakuza already has a movie, and it's pretty good.
Oh, it's like Japanese only, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's literally just called Like a Dragon.
I-
It's very good.
I would like Jordan Pally to do a Catherine film.
Catherine.
Oh, Jordan Peele, by the way, yeah.
Peele,
Or
sorry,
Kelly, a
yeah.
different person.
Hello.
Play.
It's like it's awful.
The guy who done the guy who done Get Out and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what how psychological Catherine is in the psyche.
yeah. I still need to play Catherine, but you know what? That'd actually be good. He's really good at that psychological horror.
Yeah.
And because he's backed by Blumhouse, I reckon they could get the budget to do it. Like, I think it'd be very interesting.
Yeah.
I would love to
That would
see one of
be-
the like a Souls like. I was gonna say something like Sekiro, like really action based, but I
Yeah.
want it needs to be done like a really good director to make sure it's enough
Ghost of
fluid.
Tsushima is pretty much a movie.
Yeah.
Ghost of
no,
Tsushima
Ghost-
is unreal.
And it's getting a movie.
Oh, is it?
And do you know who I would direct?
What?
Yeah. Do you know who's directing it?
Who?
Hey.
John Wick director, who I would also put him from
I
charge of
think
a
I've heard
secure
of this
movie.
actually.
Kristen,
Yeah.
we need to get a group cinema like for that. Like when that comes out, like day
yeah.
one,
Yeah.
like VIP.
We'll do a bonus episode talking about it.
Oh, we
Yeah.
need to.
I would love, absolutely love, someone to direct a Kingdom Hearts movie.
I don't think anyone could do it.
See, I think this
Yeah, well.
it'd be too
Hmm.
complex.
I
There's too many.
I think
things going on.
there's, I think Steven Spielberg could do a good one.
I reckon if they do Birth by Sleep or the cross game on the mobile, if they started from there instead of going straight into one, it has the groundworks because it's less complex because Birth by Sleep has a straight story and Axe has like a really good story of betrayal. Cross key, sorry. So if they go that way, 100% it can go into a decent franchise, I think. But if they go straight into one, dog, I don't think it can
like
go
it's
well. I just don't think
way
it
too much
can.
stuff.
Mm.
I'd like to see maybe John Wick director, maybe somebody else. Cyberpunk would be amazing for like a movie set in that area.
I think it'd be pretty good. I would like him to do like even a Midnight Sun game, like not John Wick, but like,
You're obsessed with it.
I am no, but like
they have this thing called the MCU. They've already
no,
done
but
Yeah.
no, but no, but see, there was a thing I seen there before. It was an AI generated trailer for like a Midnight Sun series, and John Wick was actually.
If you go for like the way the MCU's going, it seems like Midnight Suns because they have like a lot of the foundations coming up.
I know Magic is already in the series.
Blade is going to be getting a movie.
Yeah.
They've
Marshall Ali, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's apparently in very much trouble development.
I'd love if Nick Cage
Oh,
came
it's
back
a-
as Ghost Rider, but probably somebody else. I know that in Agents of Shield they had Ghost Rider.
That would be good. The Oh, that's a good question. Thank you, Jamie. Thinking about it, just trying to remember bloody director's name.
Yeah, same.
The next email is from Catherine Pudley. She said, "What up? Any that doesn't make any sense. Anybody want to play
Whoa.
Rise? That does not make sense. That question. The way it's just the way it's worded. Anybody looking forward or wanting to play? Early, there you go. Anyone got playing or want? No, I just read it wrong. Shit.
Insulting
Throwing
them
blame
was-
on the audience.
Wow.
Any
I
one?
believe in you.
What the fuck?
I
Why
believe
can't
in
I
you.
read
You
this?
can do this.
Brain go burr.
Okay. Anybody playing Rise of Ronin or want to play it? Jesus Christ, I'm just gonna say it like that.
I
Not
wanted to,
aggressive.
but then heard it was terrible.
Oh, I always people making fun of the graphic stuff. Apparently, it's really good.
Didn't that just release recently? Like
Yeah.
this year or last year?
February.
Well, if
Oh,
it's just a graphic thing, yeah, I'd like to give it a good go after Ghost of Tsushima. Have that sort of like Ronin and Samurai like taste in my mouth, like.
It's made by the same people who made Ninja Gaiden.
Give it a go, yeah. They know the stuff when it comes to ninjas and stuff like.
Yeah, look at it.
There's no
It's
tutorial,
pretty
so anyway.
interesting.
The other thing, any games coming up you you're excited for?
Good
Let me
question.
get Bloodline, Vampire the
Hating
Masquerade,
two.
Bloodlines 2.
Is that co-op?
Well,
Oh, that's sad.
but yeah, Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines 2. That is the most excited I have been since it first got teased in 2017.
I
Have you
think
excited
from
for it?
playing it in tabletop now, I'm excited for Vampire the Masquerade.
I love that
Yeah,
song so much.
It's so good.
Yeah, it was so fun when we were all out playing it. I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you were so busy not being there, you know.
You also got a separate game for you, but you know.
Should we
I
just get an iPad and just put it at the end of the table for Tristan to get involved? Because
No,
he never
it-
leaves his
con-
house.
Just give me
Context, by the way,
iPad so I
is
can
I
sit
run
there.
a weekly Vampire the Masquerade game with these guys. As originally
And,
Vampire the Masquerade was
Tristan.
originally a tabletop game. I also did one
Yeah.
with Tristan in a separate time.
We did, and I played a psychopath. Basically, was role playing myself.
Well,
The
So just basic like D&D
Yeah.
archetypes.
But yeah, that game
I'm excited
really hope
for-
I love the first one. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
Oh, actually,
I'm
Mouse.
Oh yes, it looks
Nice.
so
Alright,
good.
well,
Like that rubber hose style is so nice.
It's looks like a love child between Cuphead's graphics and BioShock with Steamboat Willie as its fucking conductor. I cannot wait for this game.
I've
I've been waiting so many years. So many
that's like-
years.
There's so much fear that it looks good for the marketing, but I am afraid it will flop. 'Cause
I
it's so
don't
hard to pull
care.
off.
Is
I
this like
think
the
it-
is
Don't
this
care.
like an old like black and white game?
yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's one where
Steamboat
he
Willie
actually
one,
like
yeah.
cracks open like tins as heels and all
I
that.
mean, bring it up. The same people who made Ultra Kill are making a similar game like that called Fallen Aces. New Blood's making a game called Fallen Aces, and it's similar theme of like that old
Oh,
like 40s ish like cartoony style.
I'm
I
looking
mean,
at this now. Oh my god,
yeah, it's called Fallen Aces by New
it
Blood.
looks
New
it looks
Blood
so
is slowly
cool.
becoming one of my favorite developers. Everything they've made is they made like Top of Ultra Kill, Medieval, which is really good. They've also done Faith, the Unholy Trilogy, which was pretty popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the Fallen Aces looks really good.
Actually, from looking at these screenshots, it looks unreal. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. For me, it'd be Mouse and Hades 2, and then because from playing the tabletop, be Vampire the
Yeah.
Masquerade. Sorry.
Hmm.
I think for me, my most anticipated games would be Stellar Blade, which just came out, or the reviews just came out, but I can't play it. Black Myth Wukong is out in August, can't play it. The
That's so sad. I'm the same. I can't
the
wait to play it.
I for talking game that just needs to come out already. Not that it needs to. Like I just want it because I'm a wee desperate baby boy for it. Lost Soul aside, I don't know if
Hmm.
any of you guys seen this. It's basically got Final Fantasy 15's static
Oh,
with Devil May Cry combat.
it looks really cool, actually.
Yeah, it's sick. It was made by one person originally, and then Sony funded him for a team. So he recently got an update on it, so they are still working on it. It hasn't been dropped dead or anything like that, but it just needs to come out because bloody hell.
See games
Yeah.
like this, like Liza P was like this for me. Liza P was hyped for so long and it delivered so well. I'm so glad, like, smaller teams are being able to bring out these ambitious projects now.
It's pretty great when a talented small team gets a chance to
Yeah.
push themselves, in a fun way. The last question is by Morgan, and it's a really good question, especially for me and Connell, and even Jonathan and William. Obviously, it's what's the hardest trophy / achievement? Don't know what an achievement is. You and have guys have attempted.
You may say
Hmm.
tempted. And recently Baldur's Gate 3 Honor Mode was pretty tough.
That was quite difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, remember he's not playing that, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember
You
when
cheesed
you were
it.
there? Nope. Nope,
Yeah.
I did not.
You did?
Nope, I played it fair and square.
Yeah, you did.
Too, you cheesed it.
Yeah, I did it first.
Yeah, I feel like-
and then you're like, I'll do it fair and square, and then you also did it, so I just did it first.
Yeah.
No, but I
It
did all the
would be
achievements, remember?
the one sitting trophy, without getting hit at all or fail any stage. I want to butcher this pronouncement. Ranko Suganagami's messed it up already. No, a short piece. Ranko Suganagami's Longest Day. The title developed by Grasshopper Manufacturer. It's a small wee indie game, just like a endless runner. There's a trophy, and Jonathan was on the stream, or we were in chat, and I finally got it. And it's basically just to beat the game without getting hit or failing once at any stage. So you basically have to do it in one sitting. I got that, and I told you, I felt great. See, as soon as I got that, I went, I'm making a new account. I did it. Celebrate.
God
Yeah,
damn it.
just to erase the achievement from history.
One.
What's your hardest trophy, Connell? Was it platinum? My name is Mayo, or
No. This one, it actually hasn't been beaten in terms of difficulty. It's the
I feel like a dick,
XCOM expansion, Enemy Within, and you have to beat the game on classic Iron Man with a squad limit of 4. So that was my
Nice.
last trophy to beat it, the platinum, which I did do. Very difficult.
Jesus.
I see no
I'm
saves
sure there's a
coming.
couple of trophies coming up, especially in some punishments. The main leaping trophy is going to be pretty hard. I think it's going to be real challenge me in Wolfenstein 2.
I think all the missions in Ninja Gaiden 2 and the Jump King stuff is going to be up there, definitely.
Yeah, well, while we're talking about hard trophies, perfect segue into the next section. uh, recommendation for domination.
The most divisive.
So this seemed to be the reason that the last episode was very positively received, because I think people just heard Amos is getting tattoos over video game bets, or any bets, is a prime seller. So just to run down where we're at, we list before we started the episode. Basically, John, you have SMT3, which you had to complete by today. Evil
Yes.
Within, Ninja Gaiden 2, and you have to know more heroes. So that's 4. We did put a limit last time that you can only have 5 punishments, dominations. Well, you have
The last.
Super Meat Boy, Celeste,
That's it.
and No More Heroes 3, so you have 3.
Oh, No More Heroes wasn't a damn though.
Oh yeah, well we were going to count it, but we won't then. There you go, so you can have 3 more. Connell, you have Ninja Gaiden 2, Jump King, Marvel Midnight Suns, so you have 1 spur.
Yep.
Yeah. And I have Wolfenstein 2, Bullets Per Minute, which I have to complete by the next episode, and Ape Escape. Just give a congratulations for the first person who beat Damnation, Jonathan.
You did it, John.
He got every single trophy in Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. Well fucking done, man. That's pretty impressive.
Can I just say, PSN Trophies did fuck and all for helping me. It was a horrible guide.
Okay, well, what I'm going to say is take it easy on PSN profiles.
Yeah.
Because that
No,
is-
you do not understand. I spent 20 hours in a run just to be told, oh, by the way, you had to put on a certain mode. Otherwise, you weren't going to be able to do everything in one run. So I had to go back and do another 2 runs just to rectify it.
Did you read the guide before or after you started then?
Before, and it says, oh, you need there's Dante. Dante's included in like the compendium.
That's
but then
the famous meme featuring Dante from Devil May Cry series.
Yep.
Like game.
from Devil May Cry 5. No, but the thing
So
is,
I
they don't
come
tell you that you need to put on a certain mode on the first run. They say complete the game on normal or merciful difficulty. They don't mention complete in Maniacs or complete in Chronicle. They just say complete the game.
But you still did it.
Did
So it
Oh,
was pretty impressive. The thing is now, guys felt that I went hard or whatever, and not that I went hard. Guys, sorry. Yeah, so the guys felt that I was unfair last time, and they have threatened me for the past month.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I quote, "From these grown men, I ain't gonna get you, boy. I ain't gonna get you."
That was besides the threat.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 rooms for punishments or damnations, or you could just give me a recommendation and not be a dickhead. I don't mind.
You would like that,
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
No, but the problem is, guys, there's 3 is.
Yeah.
I only have room for 2 more damnations, so I'm gonna assume that you want to go first by damning me.
Well, I already got recommendations. So.
William has a right to do his because of the Celeste one. Johnny, I will make a deal with you here. I will give him a recommendation. Send me what you're going to dam him with. Send me what the dam is.
You can do it, John.
Okay.
Jonathan did.
Okay.
John did dam me last time.
Because I have a dam that'll just. I feel like it'll just be guaranteed I get the tattoo, and I'll just feel bad.
I think it is. I think it is.
Yeah,
No, it's
okay.
not. You made the bet. You made the 5 loss bet.
Fine.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
do
do
it
this.
then.
Go.
Okay. Go for it.
Alright, Tristan,
Yeah.
you have to beat 100% all of XCOM. I didn't want to do it. I was forced, but they pulled my hand.
Can I do Marvel Midnight Suns?
No, because I gave that to Connell specifically because you've done
I
that.
love how like your first instinct. Let me just ask if I can change a completely different game entirely.
Alright.
It is a different game.
I would take a tattoo rather than do that.
Yeah, I thought so.
So if you want, I'll do get the tattoo, or you can damn me with the free game.
That counts as 2 fails, but Tristan.
Yeah, that's 2 out of 5.
No. I know.
Well, you could play XCOM. You may enjoy it.
I want to play the first one.
Yeah, this
First
is
or
the first
second
one.
one?
Yeah, this is the first one.
Don't
Yeah.
want to.
Don't
You
want
have to attempt it.
No, both of them are too many hours for 3 months.
Not the first one, as I know it's
Actually,
not.
This game, I need to check this game really quick.
Oh wait,
Actually,
William.
I gotta do a different game for you. It's gonna be a Warhammer
Okay.
game.
Oh,
Warhammer 40k Mechanicus.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
is that turn-based or what is that?
It is
It's
turn-based,
turn-based.
but it's nowhere
It's-
near as hard.
But it's
Okay.
so mind-numbing.
Yep.
Okay.
There's my punishment for you.
You can sit there and watch
I
Always
checked.
Sunny in the
I may be
background.
wrong. I just checked really quickly. I believe it is on
It's not-
PlayStation 4.
It is. William,
Okay.
don't worry. It is. It's not a hard one, but it's mind-numbing.
And I will say, you must.
It's
at
50
least-
hours, though,
You
it's not.
must. Yeah, that shouldn't be. Is it?
Yeah, it is. It's 50 hours to platinum.
That's
Tristan,
fine.
mine's are like 90.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I have 3 months and I've had other things. Remember we said we had to be below 40 hours? This?
Well, what's Ninja Gaiden 2?
Yeah, you're kind of
Yeah,
hypocrite
I feel
there.
like this is the first time this rule's been brought up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially
No,
when
sorry,
it's you.
I was trying to slip-
especially
I was
when
trying to
it's
slip
you
it
on the
in.
I
spotlight.
feel like you just spring up. Actually,
Right,
just
I'll-
because you tried to slip that in, I was kind of rude. You have to at least do one playthrough in the hardest difficulty. At minimum.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, I'll do it.
That's what you get for trying to sneak in that.
Right, no worries. Go ahead.
Right. So, Johnny may have deliberated. I'm gonna throw the final dam for now. Do you want a platinum, or do you want a challenge run?
Platinum.
Platinum. Platinum Silent Hill 2.
I know.
Oh!
You want me to play that HD port from PS3?
I want you to get the platinum trophy for that game.
Oh, but like, you know how much that fucking game costs?
Too? Hold on.
In digital.
It's not on the digital store anymore. No, it's not on the digital store for PlayStation anymore. They took it down. Yeah, I'd have to buy a physical from CX. I wonder how much it is now. Because you have to get the HD collection, and it's the most buggy, notoriously buggy collection I've ever seen in my life.
Hold on.
Don't think this shit through.
Research must be done. Well, as they're doing this, I actually got a recommendation for you.
It has.
38
It has.
fucking quid.
It is. Sorry. No, that's fine. Right. Well, then we'll pivot a different way in.
Oh, no.
I want you to do
Put it in already. Hurry up.
a big boss run on Metal Gear 4.
You're a sick fuck.
And you don't need to worry about banning the game. I do have the PS3 version I can gladly lend you. And the timer for this, just for the audience, I will let it start from the moment I give you it, which we will update in the next podcast.
You're actually a piece of shit.
Well, this is what you get for handing me Ninja Gaiden, you fucking
Can you
asshole.
describe what this run is like? Because I haven't heard of it.
So, for those that don't know about Metal Gear Solid, genuinely, throughout the game, once you continuously beat it, you gain various different items to help you. So there's one that gives you like permanent camouflage and things like that. So the big boss run essentially has you beating the game under a certain time frame, with cutscenes included in that time frame. Not killing a single enemy, not getting alerted at all, no healing items. None of the special items are allowed to be used during this run, and so that is mainly the surroundings of that, and that includes not killing the bosses as well.
That's easy enough.
Oh my!
I did it once
God.
before, and it changed me.
And it will change you again.
It'll be
I don't
your
think I have it in me
reawakening.
anyway. Okay.
Well-
I'm going next. Just want to make it clear.
Okay.
William.
Yeah.
Thank you for the Mechanicus recommendation.
It's actually really. I love the game and the soundtrack's amazing.
It is good soundtrack in the game. It's just the 100%. Are you just giving him the one playthrough, or?
Oh, you said 100%.
Yeah, 100%, and you must do at least one playthrough in hard mode, like the hardest mode. I'm not including DLC. You don't have to do DLC.
Okay. I really want to turn full heal here and just give you another platformer. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I want you to play. I'm damning you to play. Just play it, not 100% or anything like that there. Wonderful 101.
Is it even on Steam or?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give him a challenge run for it, Tristan.
Oh no, just want him to play it. Just
You're talking a lot of smack
I'll
for
play it.
someone?
I'll play it.
I think you'll like the uniqueness of it, William.
Yeah, I'll play it.
Jonathan, you actually have room for 2 damnations, so I'm gonna take one of them.
I do.
I damn you to get that trophy in Sackboy's Big Adventure.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's some trauma coming back.
Uh,
Let's get that trophy. That's it. That's all I want you to do.
I think it's even a mark in your account. I think it'll look nice once it's finished.
Yeah.
you know what's funny?
And,
I spent a lot of time trying to scare you about getting a damnation. I was going to give you a recommendation, but now I can't even give you a damnation.
you know,
I actually did.
I'm actually I'm the first one to 5, by the way.
No.
You get
How's
5
it- how's it
damnations. Shh.
Hmm.
Pretty awful since I'd rather get a tattooed in some of these games. Actually get an ape skip tattooed, but the Connell, for you, I'm just going to recommend you something.
Okay.
Recommend you read Volume 2 of Fist of the North Star.
Oh.
I'll fully read it. I have no problem talking with someone
So you're
about this.
down
as long
for
as you
one,
read it.
recommend it to the other.
I'll read
Yeah.
I'll read it fully by like next week, probably.
I'll
Know
also
what I'm
say
like.
I have I have a recommendation for somebody.
Okay.
For John, since I finally got you to finish Steins Gate,
Okay.
the same people who wrote it made another game called Chaos Child. I'd recommend that. It's actually a pretty good visual novel.
Oh, I have actually played that, John. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
like
really
visual
good.
novels, so
I will jot that down. I will play it.
the yeah, that's
Am I safe?
that was intense.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I can.
yeah.
Oh, John, yeah.
I just give you a recommendation.
Oh,
Wait, is
hold
that-
on
is
then,
that all
John.
you're
Don't-
doing?
don't
Is that
be
all
lost for each
Wait,
other.
Huh?
wait.
Oh, John, it's up to you. It's all you.
So I'm giving all three of you recommendations.
Yay.
Oh,
So I'll start with Tristan. So Tristan, you're
Right.
quite into your 2D games, all those pixel-based ones. So I'm going to give you The Messenger.
oh shit! Can you down
Have
me
you-
with that? I wish I would. Here,
You
no,
down me a
don't-
thought.
you
Just
don't have
want to
any
take.
damn slots left, unfortunately.
I
Yeah.
know, but like you can take ape and skip. I'll do the messenger.
What if it
Oh
comes-
no, you're keeping it state. You're playing The Messenger as a recommendation.
You're playing it.
That's the same studio that made the Sea of Stars that just came out there.
Yes, it's a prequel to this game, I believe, or it's been set a
Oh,
prequel and it's like continuity to it.
Yeah, fuck, that's awesome. Sweet, thank you.
For Connell, you are quite big on your roguelikes. From a few of the games I've seen, you were quite big on Cult of the Lamb when the news came out on it. So I'm going to give you a game that was older than it. Have you heard of Moonlighter?
Moonlighter?
Yep.
I've actually heard of that.
No, actually.
You do the runs like they do in Cult of the Lamb, but then in the background you get
Ooh.
items and you get items in dungeons and sell them in your own shop. To buy a new equipment.
I love stuff like this.
I know.
I love running the wee shop and all. That's class.
So it's like pretty similar to Cult of the Lamb, but you just run your own shop, and you also have to get upgrades and stop people from stealing your stock.
All right.
And William,
Yeah.
I actually didn't know what to give you, but because you're a big anime guy, I'm
Yeah.
going to recommend you Code Vein.
I've already played it.
Okay, then I recommend you play it again.
Just
just for the God Eater,
I've
just for the God Eater 2
I
OST.
played it and did not like it. I've got like 6 hours in.
Okay.
I'm
What about
sorry.
the God Eater games?
Maybe. I'll play
God Eater 2.
I'll play God Eater.
Because there's one
I've
there's
always
one
like, seen
OST from Code
anime,
Vein they
and,
bring in.
I've heard it from the game, so.
The thing is, like, God Eater is kind of like Monster Hunter, but it's pretty good with the weapon
Yeah.
customization stuff.
Mm.
That is another not as violent episode of.
I actually got away with it.
Yeah, no, well,
Hey, do you want
I just
that,
don't want
or
to hear
you
about it for
alright?
next month.
I expected
he's all
John to
good. He's
hit me
all
a
good.
slap. I expected John to hit me a slap, I'll be honest.
I'm
Yeah,
a very
guys,
nice man today.
That's the end of the podcast.
Yeah, we did it.
Episode 4. We're wrapping up. I'm just going to do the old sign off.
Yeah.
I think a lot of heated, angry words were said in this episode. We all love each other. We and we especially appreciate the I think reception to the podcast has been great, especially the views and stuff. It's been just going up and up and up. Brilliant. That I think every time we see it, and people coming to me in person saying how funny the podcast is and stuff, and just appreciate it. Not even trying to be funny. We're just trying to hate each other as much as possible, I think.
Yeah.
But and once again, I'll apologize there and thank her. Audie is a fantastic editor. Who we do nothing but make it harder for to edit this by being all over the place and dysfunctional.
We don't speak
Just-
French here. I heard you say we there. I don't think we speak French in
Yeah.
this part.
Pretty sure you messed up sometimes.
And if you want to hear more crappy jokes like that, dude, I'm the dad. I get to make the dad jokes here, pal. Yeah.
Okay,
just 'cause
sure.
Mine left.
If being
the-
French is a joke,
Yeah,
then
he
okay.
needs to catch up. He needs to catch up somehow.
Yeah, that's true. Just one little thing I want to say before we go. We have plans for some bonus episodes finally coming out now that we're getting into episode 5. We might have a very fun one get to record soonish, and that one might need edited a bit heavier if that hints at anything. That'll be coming up. Episode 5 will be coming out in June, obviously. This episode will go live May 1st. Same time, same place, same free content. Yeah, that's it. Anybody want to think anything else?
Yeah.
Why'd you go like free content so aggressively?
Yeah, like we're doing this for free.
Oh no, because I want to make it clear, if we get sponsors, I'm selling these people down the drain, I am taking that. If this gets sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, I'm sorry, I don't give a shit how crappy that game is. They give $2,000 per video. I'll be taking it.
Think about it, Audible. But yeah, if we get 10 likes, we're gonna shave Tristan's head. Remember that.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone,
Straight-
for watching
straight
the
down to the
podcast.
scalp.
No.
Hiya guys, it's Editor Maddie again. Tristan forgot his usual sign off, so this is my attempt. Just remember to always laugh at yourself, love positivity, and appreciating things in your life. We'll see you guys soon. Also, I can't believe you guys fucked me up so bad this episode.